Yeah, good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Can anyone tell whether I'm
Good
audible
evening.
or not?
Yeah, you are.
Very good evening, ma'am.
Good
You're
evening.
audible.
You are audible. Yes.
Okay, okay. Should I wait for 2 more minutes or should I start? Yeah, strength is slow, no? We'll wait for 2 more minutes and we'll start.
Your voice is sort of low, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Can we run a very short, quick question before we start?
Yeah, now is it better? Or still it's low, my voice?
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Can we take a short question since we're waiting anyway? It will be very short.
Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah, in the activity question 9.2, activity question 9.2,
Okay.
there is this possible depth first search graphs of question number 4.
Yeah, I will show the screen and I will start.
Yeah, so I feel like the other two options, there is no compulsory assumption given that it will take like a lower letter or a lower number
Yeah,
first.
it is like
I think all the answers should be correct.
yeah, all the answers will be correct if any alphabetical order is not followed. But here the alphabet which comes first, we're see. So alphabetical order is considered here, like
It's not
yeah,
considered, no? Where is it written?
is considered actually. You're talking about this question only, right?
Yes, yes, correct. Where is it written that it's considered?
Yeah, see. Okay. From A you can go to either B or D, right? From A you can take either B or D. So yeah, in the option one you can see, okay, if you are choosing B, then from B you can choose C or F. But here you have chosen C, right, in the option one.
Yes.
Yeah. So wait, let me talk
I,
about the answers first.
yeah, so I can quickly like say what my logic is.
Yeah, you can tell your logic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just hold the screen here. So once we start from A, right, we can go
Yeah.
to B or D. So, ma'am, if you can
Yes.
just pull, if yeah, that's it. Towards the question. Once you start on A, you can go to B and D. But if you go to D, you have to go to F first, and from F you will backtrack to D, and then back to A, and then you will go to B since there is no order mentioned. And I think the remaining two answers which are being marked wrong is because of that reason. I think all five answers should be correct.
No, the thing is here you consider alphabetical order and you just check the solution, like whatever options mentioned here you will get the correct options only.
That is true. If I consider alphabetical order, then what happens is even if you consider alphabetical order, then from C technically you should be going to E, but from C G to G answers are also given. If you just click on the answers now,
See,
right?
from C, okay, you are reaching to you are ta- you're taking from B to C, and from C you can take either E or G.
Correct.
So yeah, you see, in every options consider all the options, right? So here from C, here E is taken, right? And from E F is considered. Yeah, from F you can
You
take
have to
to A.
backtrack.
Yeah,
No,
A. So
no, you
yeah,
can go
from
through A, but A is visited.
yeah, E is also already visited. So you will backtrack. You will come to C. From C you need to take to what? G. Right? E is
Correct,
already
correct.
visited. Yeah. So you check that by yourself and see whether any option is coming wrong or something. You just ask in same. Yeah, I will give 2 minutes. You just do that thing now.
Ma'am, even for me also, I felt that all the options are right.
See, you just consider, everyone please consider the alphabetical order and try doing this. Yeah.
So in by say by the alphabetical order logic, right? Once you come to C, in the correct answer choices, instead of going to E, the graph is also gone in G or H. If you just click on the correct options down now. See here, from
Okay.
C,
See, from C,
this
I
first
told no
option,
this one. This is
this is
fine, right?
okay. Yeah, this is okay, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now from your C, it's going
Okay.
to, yeah.
Okay. From A, it is going to B. From B to C, and from C, it is going to what? E, and from E, where we can visit from E. So from C. Okay, so E can take either B or F. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
See, technically, if you would have said like alphabetical order, right? Then from B it would have gone to C only first, right?
Yeah, from B it should have
And if you see lower options from C, it should has to go to E only
A,
first.
A, and then B, and from B you are telling to C. Yeah, and from C. Okay, first option it's clear, right? For the
First
first
option,
option.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and in the second, other options.
yeah. See, in other options, C is going to G first, right? Whereas it could see if you see the last option, last correct option, if you just scroll down a little bit, yeah, just take this option. Now, if you have to take consider the alphabetical order, then C should go to E, but this option is also given correct. So no, according to me, no alphabetical order is being considered, and all options should be correct. Logically, from depth first search, if alphabetical order is not being considered, all these options will come correct.
Yeah, if alphabetical order is not considered, other options will also be correct.
See, because out here in these options from C, technically it should go to E, but it's not going to E, it's going to G first. And then it's exploring those parts also.
Yeah, I have seen this question. Like people also, like we have discussed about this also. Like the forum also many people are posting. Yeah, actually we're talking with the person who has created this question.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll clarify regarding
yeah,
this.
technically, according to me, all options will be correct.
Yeah, that's also we also thought like it is like, yeah, this was made like this activity questions are made at the first run, no? So the people who made those questions are different, because these questions are happened while creating the videos, no? Yeah, actually we are talking to them, and yeah,
See,
we'll
yeah.
okay, we'll answer this. Okay. Yeah, apart from this question, like this graph DFS thing, any other questions? Yeah, from 7, 8, 9 weeks, if you have any doubts, or any other weeks from one, you can ask your doubts, no?
Excuse me, I have doubt in week 8.
Okay, week 8.
Week 8, grade assignment question 2 first part.
Question 2.
2 first part. No, ma'am. First part, Nietzsche.
Week 8 graded assignment only, right?
Yeah,
Question 2 is the this doesn't have any parts, right?
Where, ma'am, where matrix help ij is,
Okay. Yeah. Here, what's your doubt here?
yeah, ma'am, it's in its first part, the condition, where the condition is given that I is greater than j.
Yeah.
So j is greater than I condition. But
Yeah.
I'm not able to understand that how we uh, how we are applying that condition, and by applying that condition, how we are getting that matrix help ij greater than 0 and matrix help j is greater than 0.
Matrix IJ. Okay, I will tell this question. Like, yeah. Any others also have the same doubt, or is like for others it's clear?
Yes, ma'am. In that, why the answer, this I should be less than J, because the answer without that, it will give the logic. But they are specifically given in the answer that I should be less than J, then only it will be true.
Yeah.
So,
Why?
what is the reason for that? Wanted to know.
Yeah, and I have one more doubt in this only. If j is greater than I, then how can it matrix help ij and ji greater than 0 at same time? If one is greater than 0, then another should be 0.
Yeah. Okay. Should I explain this entire question, or you would for others? Should I explain this entire question, or should I explain those parts only, like the doubts? Yeah. If
I think those parts are sufficient.
Because we
Okay.
have many questions.
Okay, actually, I will quickly run through this question. Like initially, what happens here? Okay, D is an empty dictionary, and you are iterating over those rows of your table, and so the dictionary will be something like with the keys as sequence numbers, and each sequence number has an extra dictionary, has its value with P, C, and this M. Those are mapped to their physics, chemistry, and mathematics marks. So your dictionary will look something like this. Yeah, 0. This is sequence number, and it has keys as physics. To the physics marks are mapped, and to chemistry C, the chemistry marks will be mapped, and max 80 or something like this. Yeah, mathematics marks will map. This will happen. This will be done for all sequence numbers. Yeah. So matrix PH is equal to get adjacent matrix of D comma P. So this procedure we are calling for each subject marks. So yeah, n equal to length of keys of D. So how many keys are there? There will be 30 rows. No, there are 30 rows. So 0 to 29 are there. So n will be 30. 30 keys are there. No, so matrix equal to create matrix of n by n. So you are creating 30 by 30 matrix for each I in rows of matrix, for each j in. So you are iterating through each row, and for each row you are iterating through all the columns of that matrix. So if I not equal to j, that is like, so your matrix is something like this: 0, 1, 2, so on to so on to 30, and here all you will have so on. Yeah, this will happen. You are not 0, this element you are not checking 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, this those elements. If I not equal to j, that is like you are checking for this condition. These statements will be executed only if I and j are not equal. Difference equal to d of I of subject minus d of j of subject. So you are comparing the marks of each student, you can say that, right? So you are passing only one subject at a time, physics at a time, physics at one time, and chemistry at the time, and max in other time lo. So matrix pH, that in that matrix pH you are what, calculating the difference of two students, difference of two different students, difference of physics marks of two different students. And if the difference of their marks is between 10 and 20, both 10 and 20 are included, then you are drawing edge from I to J. So let's take like zero student and one student. If the difference is between 10 and 20, then there will be an edge from 0 and 1. Yeah, that is how our matrix will look like. Yeah, so now what is your doubt here?
Ma'am, it's question second part.
Okay, question.
It's-
Okay, if my, okay, we'll quickly do this also. If matrix pH of ij is 1, then yeah, then I must have scored, see, at least 10 greater than j and at most 20, right? I must have scored at least 10 and at most 20 more marks than j. Okay, is it clear for everyone? First question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, choose the correct statements about, okay, for all I comma j with I not equal to j, matrix pH of ij plus matrix of j of ij j of I equal to 1. So what if both the students has scored the same marks? In that, matrix pH of ij will be 0 and matrix pH of j also will be 0. In that case, sum will not be equal to 1, right?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, for all ij with I not equal to j, if matrix pH of ij equal to 1, then matrix pH of ji is equal to 0. So you are telling, if there is no edge from I to j, if there is an edge from I to j, then there won't be edge from j to I. It's true only, right? Second
Correct.
thing.
Yes, ma'am. This we are able to understand.
Okay, for all ij with I not equal to j, if matrix ij is 0, then then matrix ji is equal to 1. This thing we can't say definitely, because if their both marks can be same, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
May not.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay, this option is finished. No, if for all ij with I not equal to j, if matrix ij equal to 1, then this is not right. This fourth option, if for all ij, if matrix ij is 0, this is also, you can't say definitely. So which option you can say definitely here is this second option only, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can ask your doubt. Like if you have some doubt in the options, you can ask now.
Ma'am, could you please go through the third option again? I didn't get it.
Okay, third option. For all I comma j with I not equal to j, if matrix ij is 0, then matrix ji is 1. So you are telling, we are telling here in this option, if there is no edge from I to j, then so if, sorry, yeah, if there is no edge from I to j, no edge. Okay, no edge. Then here in the option it is mentioned like there will be edge from j to I. J to I. So that means ij must be, the possible cases are like I must be less than or equal to j. Like I must have scored less marks than j, or I must have scored equal marks of j. Then only there can't be edge from I to j, right?
Yes,
So in the,
ma'am.
if matrix pH of ij equal to 0, that means I must have scored less marks or equal marks as j. Then matrix pH of j is 1, that you can't guarantee, right? This will happen only when j has scored more marks than I. If j has scored equal marks as I, then matrix j also, matrix pH of j also will be 0, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can
So
we say that matrix pH Ji
or
equals to 1?
or
Then
even the gap is more than 10 to 20, then also this condition will not hold true. Like if the gap between I and J is more than 20 marks, then also neither I or J will have the connection, nor J or I will have the
Yeah,
connection.
that's also true. Yeah.
Ma'am, I had
Yeah,
a
ma'am.
small doubt. Like, if we swap the order, like, can we say that matrix PH JI equals to 1, then matrix PH IJ equals to 0? Can we say
Yeah,
that?
that you can say. If there is an edge from J to I, like that means like J has scored greater marks than I. That is, the J has scored at least that 10, between that range, 10-20 range. Then
Yes, ma'am.
then the possible cases are like J has scored greater than I, then I must score less than J only. No, in that case there won't be edge from I to J, that you can tell definitely. But if
Okay.
1 is 0, if I to J, if there is no edge, then other edge you can't tell whether there is edge from, in the vice versa case it's not happening, right?
Okay. Got it,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm question 9 in the same assignment.
Yeah, is it clear for everyone still?
Yeah, I have, ma'am, doubt 2 questions below this question.
Yeah, okay,
Uh,
we'll go line by line, order. No, okay, consider the dictionary D and the matrices matrix PH, matrix CH, and matrix MA computed in the above pseudocode. The following pseudocode generated the adjacency. Okay, following pseudocode generate the adjacency matrix help. Okay, you are creating matrix help using this pseudocode. N equal to length of keys of D. That is also same. Length of keys of D will be 30 by 30 matrix you are creating. Matrix help is a 30 by 30 matrix. For each I in rows of matrix help, for each J in rows of matrix help, matrix help of Ij equal to matrix CH of Ij. Okay, you are just summing those elements. Okay, these are the conditions. Let I and J be the indices of two students. Choose the correct statements from the given options. Okay. 0 less than or equal to matrix help of Ij less than or equal to 3. Yeah, the given that the range of the matrix help will write. Oh, see this, the values can be they can take 0, 1. The elements can be like 0, 1, 2, or 3. Yes, right. So if there is no edge from I to J in matrix CH, matrix PH, and matrix MA, then all the elements will be 0, right? Then matrix help will be of Ij also will be 0. Okay, if there is edge from I to J in all the cases, then it will be 3, right? 1 plus 1 plus 1, it will be 3. Is this clear for everyone? This first option is correct only,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. First option
yes,
is clear.
clear.
Okay, matrix
I
help.
have a doubt, ma'am. I have a quick doubt.
Okay,
I just wanted to ask that there will be 3 matrices created, right? One for chemistry, one for physics, and one for maths.
yes, yes.
So we are iterating to 3 matrices, and then the value will be 3 or 2 or 1, depending on the matrices.
No, the value, how you are creating matrix CH, matrix PH, and matrix MA, those matrices can take either 0 or 1 as their element. See, you have
Yes,
created
ma'am.
0. Yeah, you are
Ma'am,
drawing edge
that
from
I
I to
understood,
G.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Then what is your doubt here?
Ma'am, just wanted to prove that we are iterating to 3 matrices.
You are not iterating through 3 matrices. You are iterating through the rows of this newly created matrix. You are going through like 0, 0, you are checking. 0, 0 of matrix CH, you are checking. 0, 0 of matrix PH, and 0, 0 of matrix MA. That likewise, you are checking 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, so on to 0,
So there
29,
is there,
1,
there are
0,
3
1, 1.
matrices, right?
Yeah. For all, in the all matrix, you are checking the elements of like 0, 0, 1, 1 of all those matrix CH, matrix PH, and matrix MA. Is it clear or you have doubt? You can tell if you have doubt. You are not iterating through the
Yes, ma'am.
matrices. You are iterating through the rows and columns of a matrix. Okay.
Ma'am, we are iterating through rows and columns of 3 matrices, right? One for chemistry, one for physics, and one for maths.
No, you are right. You are using what? You are using here, you are taking matrix help. See, what are the indices of all matrix? They are like
0,
see,
1, 1.
0, 0, 1, 2, 3. This also,
Yes,
let's take there are 0, 1, 2, 3. For matrix PH also same. For matrix MA also it will be same, right? 1, 2, 3. For all other matrix it's
yes, ma'am.
same. So you are taking you are
We are
taking
using three
first row,
matrices.
this row, and you are iterating through all these columns. Similarly, you are taking next row, you are iterating through all these columns. So you are checking in, you are iterating through rows and columns. You are not iterating through any matrix. You are iterating through rows and columns. And for each this thing, you are checking the elements of those matrices also. Matrix CH, matrix PH, and matrix MA.
Okay, ma'am.
And,
Understood. Thank you.
and now
Yes.
you are filling this matrix help matrix. Okay.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, this one matrix help Ij plus matrix help Ji is less than or equal to 3. Less than or equal to 3. Yeah, what?
It should 2. If it is 2, then it is correct.
See, okay, let's take a case like 1 plus 1 plus, from Ij there is edge through all to all these. Matrix CH also there is edge from I to J, then this matrix help of Ij will be 3 and matrix Ji will be 0. In that case it will be 3. Okay, at most case I am telling. Yeah, it can be, see, this option is correct only, right? If do you agree with everyone? Is it okay, or if you have some confusion you can
Yes,
tell?
fine, because the matrix
Yes, I
can happen
agree.
only one way. Yes, ma'am, it is okay.
It's
Okay, matrix help of Ij is not equal to matrix help of Ji. Yes, right, this matrix help of Ij is not equal to matrix help of Ji. Yeah, this thing, see, okay, here
I see true.
just
No, so there is always a possibility that neither Ij nor Ji have the help.
no edge.
Yeah. So then in
Then-
that case, that will break.
Yeah, that will break, no? See, if there is no edge from I to J, see, if I has scored same marks, see, if I and J has scored same marks in all subjects, then there won't be edge from I to J in all the matrices, and there won't be edge from J to I in all the matrices. So in that case, that condition will be false, right? Matrix help of Ij will be equal to matrix help of Ji in that case, no? All elements will be 0, right? In all the matrix it will be 0. In this also, matrix help of Ij will be 0 and matrix help of Ji will be also 0. Is it clear for others?
Ma'am, but to
Yes.
disapprove a statement, don't we need
Sorry,
to,
your voice is breaking actually. Yeah,
ma'am, is it clear now?
yeah, it's clear now.
Ma'am, to prove a statement false, don't we need to present an example which will make it false rather than give an example which is true? Means like I can disapprove the statement with another example. So won't
See,
that make it false?
see, okay, I'm telling matrix help of Ij is not equal to matrix help of Ji. So how can you tell this option is wrong? By taking one example which not satisfies this condition, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm taking one example which does not satisfy this condition. Matrix help of Ij is not equal to matrix help of Ji. When it will happen? If I and J has scored same marks in all subjects, like 70 in physics, same, I and J must have scored same marks in all subjects, or I and J must not have scored in that range which I have given mentioned in the question, no, 10 less than or equal to matrix help of
Okay.
Ij less than. Yeah, so yeah, if that range does if they are above or below that range, then then there won't be edge in any one of the matrices. So all the elements will be 0 in from I to J and J to I. Yeah, matrix help of Ij will be 0 in that case, and J also will be 0. If matrix help of ij is 0, then matrix help of ji is 3. This you can't tell, right?
Yes,
Because yeah, if ij is 0, then you can't tell like j has scored more marks than I in all the 3 subjects. He must have scored more marks than I in all the 3 subjects. You can't tell this. You can tell. See, okay, wait, let me check. Okay, ij will be 0 when I has scored greater than j. In all the, I must have scored less than j or equal to j in all the 3 subjects.
Ma'am, it would be 0 when it is greater than 20 or less than 10.
Yeah, in that case also, yeah, that range also, like for simplification, I'm telling this greater and less than or equal to case. Okay, if matrix help of ij is 0, that means less than or equal to, I has scored less than or equal to j, then ji must be equal to 0. That you can't tell because j must have scored equal to I. In that case, matrix help of ji will not be 3, right? Matrix help of ji also will be 0 only in that case. So this option also you can't tell definitely whether it's, yeah, that's why this option is not in the option. If matrix help of ij is 3, then matrix help of ji is 0, because if I has scored greater than j, then I must have scored less than or equal to j. I has scored greater than j in all the 3 subjects. So ji will be, j must have scored less than or equal to I. In that case, ji will be 0 only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everything, every options is it clear, or yeah, if you have doubt, you can ask now this.
Clear.
question 9 now.
The meaning of
Yes,
adjacency
yes.
matrix.
This question is
If I'm getting it
problem.
right,
Which question?
This is the one,
This
ma'am.
Fourth
4.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the following pseudocode, A captures the number of distinct pairs of students who can help each other in at least one subject, and B captures the number of distinct pairs of students where one can help the others in all subjects. Choose the correct code fragment to complete the pseudocode. Okay, A must capture the distinct pairs of students who can help each other in at least one subject. At least one means greater than or equal to 1. B must have scored number of distinct persons who where one can help the others in all the in all subjects. Okay, A equal to 0 and B equal to 0. Okay, when A can help, B must capture the number of pairs where one can help the other in all the 3 subjects. When this will happen, when one must have scored greater marks. See, if there is ij, then I must have scored greater than j in all the subjects. So matrix help of ij, if it is equal to 3, then only B must be incremented, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Is equal to 3, then only B must be incremented. In that, for this thing, for A captures the number who can help each other in at least one subject. So either I can help J or J can help I, right?
Yes.
Yeah, or C, whether I, so at least one, right? Greater than or equal to, so matrix help, there must be at least one edge from matrix ij. That means matrix help of ij must be equal to 1, or matrix help of greater than or equal to 1. At least one, no? 1 or greater than or equal to
Does
1.
this mean that they will help each other in one subject and this the other will teach the other subject?
Here it's mentioned, right? A captures the number of distinct pairs of students who can help each other in at least one subject. So each other at least one subject means I must help J and J must help I.
Yeah, ma'am. In either subject, any subject.
In at least one subject.
One subject.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go through the options now.
See, the first option is correct, ma'am, but they add one more clause to it. And so the first option is not correct because of that.
One more clause. What is?
Third option they are giving, they've added if I is less than j.
Okay, okay.
They specified the condition that J has scored more than I.
See here, because that happens because here they are mentioning distinct pairs. Here also it is mentioned distinct pairs. Why it is distinct pairs means, see, okay, I will show by erasing all these things. Just one simple example I will show. Okay. Three. Okay. Now, while you are iterating, how you are iterating? You are taking 0th row. You will iterate all these columns. First row and all these columns. Second row and all these columns. Third row and all these columns. I and J is one student, right? So there are 0 to 29 students. Here also, like those students only, those same students only, 0 to 29 students only. So you are comparing 0 student with 0, but this will be always 0 only in our case, because I won't be greater than J, in that won't happen. And 0 and 1 you will compare 0 student and first student, 0 student and second student, 0 student and third student. So yeah, first student and 0th student, this has already compared, because you have compared 0th student with one first student already, right? Here, while you are taking row 0, you are comparing 0 row with 0, and this is I and this is J. This is I and this is J. You are comparing 0 with 0, 0 with 1, 2 and 3, so on to 29. But while you are taking first row, first student is already compared with 0 student. You have compared 0 and 1 above, right? If you are iterating for each I in rows of matrix help, for each J in columns of matrix help, you are checking, you are comparing each student with every other student twice. If you take less than case, if I less than J, that is like, okay, I less than J, so I must be less than J. So 0, you won't be comparing with any one of those. First student will be compared only with 0th one, 0th student, and second student will be compared with 0 and 1. Third student will be compared 0 and 1 and 2. Now check, is every student is compared with every other student in that case? Yeah, now 0 you are comparing with, see, 0 you are not comparing with anyone here, but 1, 2, 3 rows you are comparing with 0. So 1, 2, 3 students are compared with 0 first this 0 student already. And while taking 1, you are not you are comparing 1 with only 0, and 1 this all other things you are not comparing. But when you take 2, you are comparing 2 with 0 and 1. So, and when you take 3, you are comparing with 0, 1 and 2. See, in that case, 3 and 3 are not compared, but all other elements, remaining all other elements are compared. So you can tell, right, by checking this. If you are keeping one condition, if I less than J or if I greater than J, in that case, you are checking all students with every other student only once. If you are iterating this normally, then you are checking, you are comparing every student with every other student twice, so you will get pairs. But here, if 0 and 1 is a pair, you should not count that pair again, like 1 and 0 must not be pair. So number of distinct pairs because of this one condition. Because of this condition, if I less than j is kept, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because you should not compare the students again.
It is
You should
because
compare, you should check all, you should if 0 and 1 is a pair, 1 and 0 must not be a pair. You should get distinct pair. Like, yeah, 0, if 0 if first student and second student are pair, then second student and first student should not be counted as pair again. So yeah, to avoid this, you will keep one condition: if I less than j or if I greater than j. In that case only, like, you are comparing students
So
once.
only the diagonal separates the upper triangle and the lower.
Yes.
So we will take only one set of the triangle. If you have this I less than j, is that so?
Yeah.
is it also because in that if statement we are comparing both of these cases, like ij and ji?
See, ij and j you are checking because each student should come, each student should help each other.
Yes, I understand. Like if they have at least one subject, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So by saying that we are comparing both cases, that means that in each if case, in each
See,
if condition,
you
we
are comparing, yeah, what
from both
okay, you are comparing both the students, both the things. Okay, yeah, you are comparing both the things. So what if you compare j and j? In that case, okay, a will be counted twice, right? In that case, a will be counted twice.
Yeah, if that I less than j is not there.
Yeah, in that case, a will be counted twice also. Okay, if matrix help of ij is greater than 2, that must be outside only, right? Because
Yeah, because we are comparing in each case because there are only 3 subjects, right?
yeah, there are only 3 subjects. Yeah, that is also a reason.
So
Yeah, you
if
can.
ij is greater than 2, j cannot be greater than 2.
Yeah, I want to know why that is outside of the thing. In the B plus 1, when you compare for all the 3 subjects.
Yeah, must be like.
And the option I greater than j, if they had given, even that can be considered, ma'am. One option is.
Yeah, if I greater than j, yeah, because you should check only one pair at a time, right?
Yes, that's right. Okay.
So ma'am, this question can have 2 conditions. For example, if it's come in multiple choice, then there can be 2 conditions that can satisfy if I greater than j
Yeah,
or j
and
greater than I.
yes, yeah. Okay, we'll see what the reason they have mentioned here. Okay, when to update if both, yeah, both I and j can help each other in at least one subject, then I should be incremented, a should be incremented by 1. Okay.
Because with each comparison, I think we are already creating a pair. So that pair of students cannot come again. I think that is right.
Yeah. Yeah, in order to avoid overcounting only this conditions, I greater than j and I less that conditions are taken. Yeah.
But why it's not applied on B?
Yeah, that's what. No, now only we have discussed that. I will. Yeah, if see why this is not applied to B, because see B captures the number of distinct pairs of students where one can help each other in all subjects. So if I is helping J in all subjects, matrix help of IJ will be 3 and matrix help of J will be 0. Even if you compare all other, like if even if you check all the rows, all the other elements will be 0 only, right?
Ma'am, nothing is visible. Your code or on the note.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Now continue.
Yeah. Okay. Here you are telling if matrix help of IJ, it is outside, because see if there is greater than 2, it must be 3, right? If greater than 2 means it must be 3. 3 only possible, greater than 3 is not possible, matrix help of IJ. So see, if there is edge from I to J, if there is edge from I to J, if matrix help of IJ is 3, then matrix help of Ji will be 0. Even if you check the other things also, like 0 to, okay, I will show that using notepad, but okay, now you are checking 0, 0 won't be there. 0 and 1 you are checking. If it is 3, then 1 to 0, it will be definitely 0. Even if you check all other rows, then it won't overcount, right? In this case.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you are not counting again and again in this case also. See, if you are,
Because this is a directed one, ma'am. That is, it goes only
yeah,
from I to J. It doesn't
yeah,
go
not
from
go
J
from,
to.
yeah, it is not vice versa. So even if you check the other things, it if even if you are not keeping condition here, it won't be that problem to this. Yeah, you will get the correct answer for B. But if you do, if you are checking, if you are not keeping this condition, then this will be A will be this, pairs will be, you can get more pairs for A, like A will be overcounted, but for B it won't overcount, because the only thing for matrix help of IJ is must be 3 or 3. If it is 3, then other case it will be like one or other things. One or 0, it won't count anyhow, like J, matrix help of J, if it is 3, then it must be 0 only. So if it is 0, then B won't be counted, right? So B is, you are not over counting B, but if you, if but for A, there are chances of over counting. Definitely you will over count, so that's why this condition is required.
How C is different from D?
How C is different from D?
That is the option where it comes out of the loop. The B incrementation, matrix help IJ is greater than 2. The previous option, it comes within the if loop, I less than J. Whereas in the last option, it doesn't come under that.
Ma'am, what
C
will
option,
happen if
we
we
have-
put the B inside the condition?
See, even
If it comes inside the if, then we won't be able to count certain values, right?
yeah, you are not see what does this thing, this, I think this need clarity. This, what does this distinct pairs means? Like 0 and 1 is a pair, and 1 and 0 is also a pair. If that's, is that distinct or is that same? This things need some clarity, right? Distinct pairs. Yeah, if
And
0
this
and
thing means different. So if there is one pair, then it can't be the same again.
Yeah,
exactly.
If
So
0 and
if-
1 is a pair, then 1 and 0 is pair or not? If 0 and 1 is a pair.
No,
That's what.
it
No,
should be
it cannot be.
unique. It
If
should
zero-
be unique,
Yeah.
distinct.
If 0 and 1 has come
Yeah,
once,
so if
then it
0 and
cannot
1 are
come
paired
again.
up, then they cannot be paired up again.
Exactly.
Distinct
then-
means no duplicate records.
Yes, unique.
yeah, unique. Yeah, no duplicates, right? Yeah, that's what.
So if two
If you are
students are-
iterate, yeah, if you are keeping this condition ij, then you won't get I less than j, then you won't get duplicate pairs also. But here, even if this is inside, it won't be problem, right? If ij is greater, if there is edge, okay, if even if it is outside, it won't be problem. If there is edge from I to j, if edge is 3, then only you are incrementing b. On other side, yeah, even if it is outside, it won't be problem, because yeah, if ij, if there is edge from 0 to 1, if 0 and 1 is pair equal to 3, then 1 and 0 must be 0 only. Yeah, even if it is outside, or even if this is inside, it won't be problem. But why the C option is, yes, C option
If
is
it is inside there, we won't be able to count, right? Because if you are counting, if you are taking j in this comparison, if you take ij, then the future we won't be taking that same ji, right? So if it comes in one of the triangles and not in the other, because if it is 3, then the other will be 0. So the above and comparison will not work, but the other one, that does not mean the other one will be caught, right? So it will be left out. So there will be undercounted.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, adjacency in this is same as similar as adjacency in mathematics. Adjacency of matrix.
See, adjacency matrix here is just we are representing zeros and ones. If there is edge, you are representing by 1. If there is no edge from that particular ij, then you are representing it as 0. That is adjacency matrix here. I don't know what is in mathematics.
Ma'am, can I ask a very simple question from week 1? I forget the concept. Can I ask? No?
Yeah, you can ask, definitely. But the thing here, why it is outside is because
Yes, ma'am.
you are not counting some. See, okay, if there is edge from, okay, 0 and 1 you are counting, then 1 and okay, yeah, 0 and 2. If there is edge from 0 to 2, then it will be 3. But here 2 to 0, it will be 0. So but you are not counting 0 and 2 as a pair, because if you take 0 and 2, if I less than j case, then 0 won't be compared with any other things. 1 also, it won't be compared with the values greater than that. But 1 and 2 can be a pair. From 1 and 2, there can be 3 here, but 2, yeah, if 1 and 2 is a 3, but if 1 to 2 there is 3, but 2 to 1 there can be 0. So you are just checking these pairs. You are not checking this. You are not counting other things. No, that's why it should. That's why you should check each and everything there. Yeah,
If
because
it should be
yeah,
inside,
no,
it should be inside. I think if you put it inside, I think we must have matrix ji or matrix ji greater than 2 as well inside that, if like, so that we compare both cases. If it is inside that I less than j.
See, if it is inside, no. If it is inside, then 0 won't be compared with all the other values which are higher or equal to that. So 0, 1 can be pair, because you can get edge from 0 student to first student by taking value 3. But 1 to 0, 1, but first from 1 to 0, it will be 0 only. You are not counting either 0 to 1 in that case, and also 1 to 0, it's anyhow 0. You are not counting that.
Ma'am, can I ask my question?
Yeah, just take an example, like 2 students, like, okay, first you are comparing first student, and if you take I less than j, then
I understood that, but like, I'm asking, like, if it should be inside, then that second if condition should have an or statement like the one we had.
Yeah, above.
Yeah, or matrix help ji is greater than 2.
Yeah, because you are checking Yeah, because here you are checking JA also. Here you are checking only IJ. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Other.
Question 9, ma'am.
No, someone is asking like week 1
Yes,
something.
ma'am.
No?
I ma'am.
Tell what is your doubt.
Ma'am, the question is if date is transformed into a subtype of the integer data type using the method in the mentioned in the lecture, what would
Yeah.
be the value of 15th August?
It
If
will
it is
be some.
it is
See,
non
you should. Yeah, you should take 0 also. You every people will miss the 0, and you will count from 1, and you will get one value more to that. But you should take 0 first January as 0 and 2nd January as 1. You should count in that manner.
Can you count, ma'am?
Huh?
Can
You
you
got
do
your
this?
15th August only, right?
15th August.
Yeah, it's like simple only. You start from 0 January, 1 is 0, and you start counting. You will get
Okay,
the
ma'am.
answer.
Okay. I forgot the 0. Oh.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
I'm
ma'am.
telling you. Yeah.
What is K in this matrix? In this code?
Which code? This code. Here.
Yeah, in the.
And why don't we go in a serial order?
This is serial order only.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, the following table contains the information regarding the books in the library. Each entry in the table corresponds to a book and is authored by at least 2 authors. There is a pool of n authors, each author being assigned a unique index between 0 and n minus 1. There are m books in total. Okay. There are m books in total, and each book is indexed from 0 to m minus 1, and there are n authors. So these are author m. Each author is indexed from 0 to n minus 1. Okay. Is it clear, this table, understanding this everything for others?
Yes,
For
ma'am.
everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, the table is represented by dictionary named books with keys as serial number and the values as the corresponding list of authors. Assume that books has already been computed. For example, if we have, okay, for example, we have books of 0 as list of this. Okay, you are making books as a dictionary where 0 is a key and this list is value of the dictionary. The following pseudocode generates a graph G from books. Okay, the following pseudocode generate a graph G from books. Each node corresponds to a author. There is edge between two different authors I and J if they have co-authored a book, and the edge is labeled with number of books they have co-authored. Choose the correct code fragment to complete the pseudocode. Okay. There is like you are drawing a graph, and each node corresponds to an author. So there will be matrix of n by n because there are n authors. There is edge between two different authors I and J. So I and J must not be same if they have co-authored a book. If like here 0 and 2 there will be edge because 0 and 2 has co-authored a book. 2 and 3 also there will be edge because 2 and 3 has co-authored 0th book. There is edge between two different authors I and J if they have co-authored a book, and the edge is labeled with number of books they have co-authored. Okay, you are the edge. So if you have seen such a list, like now you are getting edge from 0 to 2, 2 to 3, and 0 to 3 also, because 0 to 3 have co-authored a book, one book. If you have seen such elements, like if you have seen other 0 and 2 here, so in between, then then 0 and 2 has co-authored two books together, right? So our edge should be something like that, and the edge is labeled with the number of books they have co-authored. Choose the correct code fragment to complete the pseudocode. Okay, for each in keys of books, that is you are iterating here this 0 1 2 3 so on to m minus 1. These are keys and these are values of your dictionary books. So for each I in keys of books, for each j in books of I. So for I, now initially our I is 0, this first key. and for each j in books of I, that is you are iterating over this list for each k in books of I. So you want a pair, right? You want, now you want 0 to 2, there should be edge, 2 to 3, there should be edge, and 0 to 3, there should be edge. So you should iterate, you should compare 0 with 2 and 3, and also 2 with 0 and 2. So each element here must be compared with every other element. So you are taking nested loops, and there is one condition that both orders should not be same, then only you can draw edge. If I not equal to j, then there must be edge from I, this j to k, and also k to j also, right? Because here, so you are iterating here through j and k, like you are iterating over this list in 0 2 3, and also you are iterating over this list again. Now 0 and 0 will be compared, 0 and 2 will be compared, and 2 and 0 and 3 also will be compared. While iterating, there should be edge from 0 to 2, and also 2 to 0 also there should be edge. If there should be edge in that case, then you should take, is it clear for everyone?
Yeah, I want to ask
Yes, ma'am.
something
Yes,
along the
ma'am.
lines of what you're saying. Like we are iterating over the list twice, right?
Yeah.
So instead of list, if this was a matrix, and if it was said like for each I in rows and for each j in columns and for each I in rows again, so does it mean the same logic?
No, like you are iterating through that. See,
The matrix is 1:1. Like for each I, there will be a j. But here we have in j the list. That means there are more than one item in the j. And that is why we have to compare it multiple times. In the
Yeah.
matrix, it
So,
is
yeah, so even if it's a square matrix, right? Let it be 1:1. So for what I'm asking is for each I in rows of the matrix, and for each j in the columns of the matrix, and for each k in the rows of the matrix again. Does it mean the same logic?
see, you are iterating thrice, right?
so.
Yes.
Here the number of book and number of authors are not same. If you see, the number of books are 0 to m minus 1.
Correct.
And the authors are 0 to n. That means those are not the same number. So it cannot be a square matrix. We don't know. I mean, that data is
Yeah,
not
but we
available with us.
Correct.
Yeah, you have doubt. I don't know whether it's cleared or not for him.
No, but I just want to understand, say if that was not with this problem, is that also something which happens?
Yeah, let's take, like, we'll take note and we'll do like this. Okay, you are telling this. You are iterating three-dimensionally, right?
Three-dimensionally, yes. How does that work?
Ma'am, in the class, in the video, sir has told we cannot iterate it in the 3 dimension. We will be considering only 2 dimensional.
No, you can see this kind in the questions. No, you can to iterate over the matrix, you need 2 dimension only. See, you are fixing this and you are iterating this, and
Yes.
also you are telling for each column this.
Yes.
Yeah, for each column you are iterating through all the rows, right?
Again, yes.
Yeah, if there is some example, then it will be clear here anywhere. Yeah, in this case, yeah, we'll come now to that part.
Okay, so I will wait. Okay. No problem.
Yeah, this question is like very clear, right? This question, fifth question, when we are
Yeah,
drawing
this
edge.
is a simple one where you have the edge. Ma'am, the nodes and vertices are the same, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, for everyone, why this matrix help of J this the matrix of jk equal to jk plus 1. Yeah, you are iterating over the list and you are just adding 1 to that. Okay. Yeah, if anyone has doubt, you can tell, you can ask. Yeah, the following pseudocode creates a adjacency matrix, matrix 2 of another graph G from books, another graph H from books. Okay, you are creating another matrix 2, called matrix 2 from the above graph for two different authors I and J. What is the value of matrix 2J? So you should go, you should check, like you should check here and you should tell like what does, when there will be edge, what does value of ij, what does value of matrix 2 of ij represent at the end of execution. Okay, matrix 2 equal to create matrix of n by n for each j in rows of matrix 2 for each k. Okay, you are, each element of matrix 2 is a list, it's not zeros, it is a list, empty list. For each I in keys of books, that is you are iterating through books, this 0 1 2 this sequence number, and those are mapped to a list, so you should iterate through that list also. For each j in books of I, for each k in books of I, this is clear, right, for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, till now. So you have 0 2 3 as your list, you know. For 0 you have 0 2 3. So for each j in books of I, that is you are iterating, let's take you are iterating here, and for each k in books of I, that is also same, from you are iterating 0 2 3 only, same thing. For each h in books of I, so you don't take this this thing, you are taking you all here I
Yes,
comma
ma'am. In
j.
this example also is just a list.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what is H here?
yeah, H is also, you are iterating books of I only, right? Books of I is starting from 0 to 3. If you take first element of your books of 0, then it is 0 to 3 list, right? So you are iterating through that list only. For each j in books of I, that is books of j, I is a list, this is 0 to 3 initially. So j is here, k is here, and h is also there only. H is also at 0 only. Yeah,
the third element of the list.
yeah, h, no, like initially they all are at 0 only in this loop, for each at 0th place only.
So J, K, and H are the authors.
J, K, and H are others. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
See,
For the sequence number book
0. See, 0. This is, see, book. Okay, I will represent here somewhere. Books is a dictionary with 0 is that book name, and this book is coded by 3 authors, 0 comma 2 comma 3. So you are iterating over this first, like there are many book names, right? 1 2 3 so on to m-1 book names you have, and those authors also who have contributed those books. So you are at 0th book first, you are iterating 0th book first, second first book and second book, so on to m-1. So that's why for each I in books, that is you are iterating through the keys of books are 0 so on to m-1. That is for each I in keys of books, that is like 0 starting from 0, and for each j in books of I is books of 0 key is mapped to 0 2 3 list. So you are iterating over this list, so j will be at 0th position initially, and k also at 0th position initially, h also at 0th position initially, because you are iterating over the books of I. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. if j not equal to k and j not equal to h and k not equal to h and not a member. So yeah, this condition should be satisfied, no? So first h loop will run. So first h loop will increment by 1. So I comma j will be at j comma k will be at 0 and h will be at 2 this time. So but this condition is not satisfied, no? J not equal to k, that is not satisfied. So yeah, k will be running again, right? H will be incremented again. So h now will become 3. H will be 3 at this time. Then this loop will finish. Then there are no books. H loop will be finished. Now you can check now here. But j and k are still at 0. But this condition is not satisfied. J is not equal to k is not satisfied. But j not equal to h is satisfied and k not equal to h is also is satisfied. But this condition is not satisfied. So you will go to the next loop. So what now k is at 0. Now k will be moved to other place. Like k will be 2 this time. Now h is k is 2 and h is 3 and j is at 0. Now everything are different and not a member of matrix 2 of jk. That is now matrix jk is empty only, right? Now matrix jk nothing is empty. 0 into there is nothing. Matrix jk is empty. So matrix 2 of jk equal to matrix 2 of jk plus h. So you are appending to that. So matrix 2 of jk. Now 0 2, right? 0 and 2 is here. So you are telling h is now 3. So now you are 2 0 and 2 you are appending h also, right?
Can you repeat this again, please?
Ma'am, from if j is not equal to k, from there it's not here, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, this condition, this if loop is not satisfying, right? Because initially j, k and h all are at the same place, like j value, books of i is like 0 2 3, right? So you are iterating from starting of your list. So j, k and h will be at 0 only in the first iteration. In the first iteration, j, k and h will be 0. This condition won't be satisfied. So now this, you are in the inner loop only, right? You are in the inner loop. So now h will be moved, right? H, now this books of 5, you will iterate this h loop only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now h will be h value will be changed to 2, but
2.
0 but j and k will be at 0 only, because you are not the list is not right for j and k, right?
Yes, ma'am. Because
So
j and
now
k are still 0.
j and k are still 0, but now h is at 2 because you have moved to next iteration of that inner loop.
Okay.
So now h is 2, and now you check if j and k, yeah.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, can H repeat? Like if they have authored like 7 books together, then can H occur 7 times in the same list?
In the same list, it can't happen because not a member. You are checking whether H is a member of that list or not. No, if it is not a member, then only you are appending to that list.
So then, ma'am, shouldn't the option be at least?
See, let me finish this.
One
No,
book?
people are
Like
here.
there are the options.
Yeah, I will explain that thing options later. Yeah. So now H is at 2 and j and k are at 0 only. So j is not equal to k. No, this condition is not satisfied because j and k both are at 0. So this condition is not satisfied. Then h will be iterated again. This books of I, this iteration will continue. So now h will be 3. H will be here now. H will be at 3. So this condition will be checked again. If j not equal to k, no, both j and k are still at 0 only because this iteration has not moved, right? This iteration only, both inner loop, inner iteration only has happened. Now
So,
this
ma'am, it happens inside out. Like every time you do like a nested loop like this, So the inside loop will
Loop should
try
complete, and then only you
and
should
then
move to
the
outer loop.
okay.
Now H is at 3. H value you haven't changed, no? So H value is at 3 only. So now the K, for each K in books of I, this iteration will start. Now K will be placing to 2. Now both I is not equal to J, this J is not equal to K, J is not equal to H, and K is not equal to H. Both, all three are different. So you will check whether not is and not a member of matrix 2 of this. So initially our matrix 2 of JK is an empty list. So H won't be present in that list anyhow. So you are appending that thing to matrix 2 of JK and also it's just simple iteration. You are iterating over the list and you are checking whether all the 3 elements should be distant here. If all the 3 elements are distant, then to this outer thing J and K, you are appending that H thing. Yeah, it's simple iteration only.
How will matrix 2 look?
Yeah, I will show you this. Just you iterate over the list, that's it. That is this. You are not doing anything there. The matrix 2, no? So yeah, orders are named from 0 to n minus 1. So there will be n minus 1 rows and also n minus 1 columns, and each row will be initially an empty list, but after iterating you will check this and you are appending others only. Like if there here previously you have seen 0 2 3, no, in that case J is at 0 and K is at 2 and H is at 3. So for you are drawing J to K, J is 0 and K is 2. So here it will be 3, and also you are telling 2 KJ, 2 to 0 is also 3. That is like 3 has co-authored book with both with 0 and 2, because you have edge from 2 to 0 and also 0 to 2. Yeah, if there are 4 elements in your list, okay, we'll take other example with 4 elements here, any other number. Okay, we'll take here 4 also here. If there is 4 also here, 4 also here, 0 2 3 4, then this case has satisfied. Okay, now here what you will do is like you will iterate through books of I only. Initially J, K, H all will be at 0 only. Now H will be moved, H will be at 2. In the next iteration H will be at 3, H will be at 4. Still J and K are at 0, so nothing will happen. Now H is at 4 and J at the end of inner iteration J and K are at 0. Now K will be moved to 2. Yeah, if K is at 2, then 0, 2 and 4, H is at 4. Yeah, then there will be edge from 0 to 2 with 4 as its element. Here also you will get 4. Okay, now that is finished. Now K will be moved further. Now 3. Now K is at 3. K will be at 3. Yeah, 0 to 0, 3 and 4 both are different. So there will be edge from 0 to 3 with 4 as its element, and also from 3 to 0 also you will get one edge. Okay, now that continues. Okay, now now it will be K will be at 4, but this condition won't be satisfied now because H is also at 4. So both K and H is at 4, so you will come out of that K loop. Nothing more to iterate for K. So now J is at 0 in first iteration. In the second iteration it will be at
2.
This won't be satisfied, right? Because both K and H are at 4 only, right? So this
You're doing a 4-element list now.
yeah, 4 element. If there are 4 elements like 0, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, in that case,
Can you restart this 4-element thing?
see, okay, I will tell this. There should be like from 0 to 2 also there should be edges stating like 3, 4, and from 2 to 0 also 3, 4 should be there, and for 3 to 4, if 2 and 3 are JK, then there should be like 0, 4 here, 0, 4 here, from 3 to 2, and if we take 0, 4, then it should be 2 to 3. Like each and everything should be mapped, right? That's why I'm telling. Okay, I will iterate and I will show that.
It won't be like this when K is at, like when I is 0, J is 1 and K is, sorry, J is 0 and K is 1, H is 2. We started with that, no?
No, we have started with all will be 0 only, no? Right,
Yeah, ma'am.
initially.
After that, when iteration is started, we have to, when we entered, not member like that. Hello.
Now K will be 2. K won't be 1.
So, ma'am, when K is 2, it will H, all the number of H after the 2 will never be equal to like K or J.
See, okay, what is your doubt now? 0, 2, comma.
So we will iterate all the H first, na? Then only we'll go to K.
Yeah, you will iterate all the H first. So I, J, K, H will be 0. So now you will move. H will be moving, but still J and K will be at 0 only. H will be here at the end of first inner loop. H inner loop finishing up after H inner loop. Okay, now you started K loop. Then J will be here. K will be 2. K and J 3, 4.
And H will be 4.
4. Yeah. Now, so now all three are different. Now 0 to 2. In the place of 0 to 2, you are appending 4. 0, 2 as a pair. You will write 4 as a list. Okay.
Okay, and from 2 to 0 also, right?
Yeah, from 2 to 0 also, because there is other thing also there. Oh, you are doing that. Now,
And H will not come to 0 when K will, the value of K will change. H will
no,
not.
H, see. Yeah, H will come to 0, right? Yeah, I forgot this. Yeah. Yeah. For so you are incrementing K. For K is increase now. So inner loop is also for each H in books of I. So books of I, this loop will start from beginning row. Then so H will be at 0. Acha, I missed this. So H will be 0. So this won't happen. K will now K will be at 2, but H will keep on incrementing. Now H will be at 2 the next time. And H both are not same. Then H will be at 3. Now all three are different. Now JK 0 to 2 you will get 3. Yeah, you will get 3 now. So
It's the
now,
same result, but
yeah, but
it does
now
not matter
again,
if there is a longer list.
yeah, now there is, now H will be incremented again. Now H is at 4. Now both are different. Then 0 to 2 and 2 to 0. You are checking whether there is something, whether 4 is there. No, 4 is not there. You will simply append 4 to that. Similarly, now, yeah, now K is at 2. Now K will begin another iteration. K will be at 3 now.
Correct.
And H will be at 0. H is here. Now H is not same. Both are not same. Everything is not same. H will be here now. So all three are different. Now see. Now
J can also move to 2.
Now 0 to 3 you are getting some edge 2. And 3 to 0 also you are getting some edge
2.
2. Yeah. Now now here H will be at 3. Both are not different. All three are not different. Now H will be at here. So all three are different. So now you will get 4 also here, right?
K is not equal to K. K is to K and K is not equal to H.
Yeah, now you will get 4 also here.
Matrix 2 K
Because now H is at 4 and K is at 3 and
list
H.
of
Okay.
authors who have co-authored a book.
Please.
Ma'am, so what about when J moves on further from 0 and 2? When J is on 3, then also you will get some possible list.
Okay, when J is at 2.
When J is at 3.
Okay, we'll come to it, right? Okay, now K, where are we?
Now H is at 4.
H is at 4, where is it? K?
K 3.
K is at 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Now H, now what? H loop has finished. Now K will be at 4, so both won't be same. Now K is also finished, right?
Now J will.
Yeah, now J will start. J 0, 2, 3. This will start again.
And when K will come to 4, there will be iteration. H will come to 2 and 3.
Wait, 0, 2, 3, 4. There should be something. Okay, now now J, K is at, I is at, J is at here, K is here, and H is here, right? Okay, now, yeah, H has finished. Now K will be moved to here. Now K is here, H will be starting from 0.
0.
Yeah, nothing will happen here now. Now H is here. So all three are different. So from 0 to 4, there will be 2. And 4 to 0 also, there will be 2. Yeah. Now, yeah, H will be 3 now. So all three are different. So same will happen. So you are checking all the pairs basically. From 0 to 3, there is something already here, right? No, H is at 3. So 0 to 4 only. H 0 to 4. It's
It will
already
be 3.
there.
You can
It should
append
be
in the
3.
upper part only, no?
Yeah, 3. Yeah, it's 3 already. So yeah, now K will be, H will be at 4. Nothing to do. Now all will be at 0. Yeah, this continues.
This goes on.
You want this complete thing?
No, ma'am, because there is many combinations.
Okay, should I? Yeah, you all understood, right? What
So
how
in
this
this, the answer
iteration?
choices, ma'am, there was some like, because I
Okay.
also got it wrong. Because if you just scroll down to the answer choice,
Yes,
actually it
ma'am.
should be the list of authors who have co-authored at least one book with both I and J. So that over there,
Yes,
there is
ma'am.
some
I'm
grammatical,
pointing out the same
because
thing.
there
Ma'am,
will be more
I
than one book.
mean,
There will be more than one book, but there will be no situation where there will be 0 books. So the answer that has been chosen, list of
Okay,
authors who have
the
co-authored
list of authors who have co-authored, what will matter? Who have
a book.
co-authored books with both I and J. List of co-authored.
And we can discuss the answers, what they have given options. So which option is right and why it is right and why it is wrong, we can discuss
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, list of co-author, list
ma'am,
of
I feel the
authors.
third option is correct because it is more elaborate.
Fourth option, no? Fourth option. List
No, no,
of
third
author.
option. The third option is correct, I feel.
See, third option, nothing is there, right? List of authors who have co-authored
at
at
least one book.
least one is not there here.
So that's why I got it wrong. So, but then technically, like, we're not being tested in English. No?
Yeah, actually this option Because of one, it's wrong. Yeah. List of authors who have co-authored at least one book with either is not. They should co-author with both I and J. List of authors who have co-authored a book with both I or J. What is this? With both I or J. This is not right, right?
Yeah, this
They
becomes
should,
either again.
yeah. Either I and J.
No,
And this is
both I
also
and
wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, with both I and J is the thing. But the third option here, at least one is missing. Yeah, we'll see the solution actually by this. At least, because here, if it is at least one, then this will be correct. But here, list of authors who have co-authored a book.
Yeah, so this is also basically
Wait.
said only one book. But the thing is, when you say a list of authors who have co-authored a book with both I and J, means they've co-authored only one book. But there can be more books they've co-authored together.
No, option 3 seems more convincing.
Yes, ma'am. But the correct answer is showing option 1.
Yeah, because here one is missing. At least book one is not there. No, that, yeah, I have asked the same thing because one is not there. That's why it's wrong. It will like this.
But technically, first can also not be correct because that just says a book, So that's like when you say like John and Mary have a child together, so that means like they have one child together. You don't think like they'll have a second also and a third also or a fourth.
See, even if they have co-authored list of authors who co-authored a book, only see if they even if they have co-authored multiple books, they won't get appended, right? If 4 is co-authoring with 0 and 2 authors again and again, but it will be appended only once, correct, in our list, because you are checking not a member. You are appending only if
Okay, possible. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Ma'am, ma'am, this
I get your logic. What you say.
ma'am, this matrix will look, n by n, and its ijth element will look like a list, and inside there will be name of one, the names of the authors who have written a book with I and J. Is it?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
So there could be a number of authors, maybe 1, 2, 3, that list will have, and that each one of them would have written a book with I and J.
And J, yes. Yeah. Even if they have written multiple books, it will be appended only once. So you can't tell how many times they have at least. So it means like, yeah, if they have co-authored a book, it will be enough to just get appended, right?
So how that is eliminated number of books if they have written 2, 3 books? How the code eliminates that duplication?
Here, because you are checking not a member. So if 4 has co-authored book with 0 and 2 many times, but 4 will be appended with 0 and 2 only once, because it is already member of that list. No, even if they have written many books, it will get only appended only once because you are checking not a member.
Okay.
And had it been keeping track of the count of their co-authored books, then the condition of at least one would have been needed in the answer.
Yeah.
No, ma'am, I agree with your logic because the question asked what is that value over there at that point. That you.
Okay, now is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we like take that 3-dimensional matrix answer? A question, my query on 3 dimensions. How do you iterate 3-dimensionally over a matrix?
Yeah, 3-dimensional iteration. See, this is like just iterating over the list. Matrix, yeah, matrix is just a next dictionary, right? See,
yes.
if you're, yeah, wait.
Ma'am, we struggled with H and K so much, but that is not appearing in the options at all.
Because it is asked matrix Ij. So matrix 2 of I here J and K are just JKH are just iterators. Here they are asking about two particular, see, 0, 0, 1, 0, that kind of thing. No, here matrix 2 of ij will represent some number. It doesn't mean like it can be nothing about what JKH, that thing. No, it is about the element 0, 0, 2, 1, 2, that thing. So if something like ij will represent some number, here k and jh are iterators. No, they are not.
No, but ij, which is the number which is it representing, it is the author who's been indexed as a numerical, right?
Yes, yes.
So basically, that value which is in that cell ij is actually an author. So it is not about how many number of books it is being they have co-authored together. It is actually that number which is there is representing the author. Who is the author who has
And with
co-authored a book with
yes,
I
yeah,
and J?
that's what. Yeah.
How is the physical matrix look like for incorporating H and K? IJ we can really make, we can visualize it.
Ma'am, so I think your logic on that, like they have co-authored a book, is basically because that number is over there in that cell, the value is not a book, the value is the author.
Yes.
So that is not the, I think, the line of approach we can take.
What's I'm not getting you. Yeah, the whatever numbers we have taken are just others. The matrix entire thing is like others. We are representing others only, right? All the 0, 0 and everything is other only. Yeah. So what you're trying to tell?
What I'm trying to say is the question is asking what does the value matrix to ij represent at the end of the execution, and the options that is given is list of authors. Okay, so now that is going to be only a single author.
List of authors, right? See,
could be
here
more
you
authors.
got 3, 4. If see now here 0, 2, 3 you got right here.
Yes.
Now if you take fourth element also 4, like
Yes.
if there are like first, if there
Okay.
is
Understood.
1, then you will get co-authors, right?
Correct.
Here
Understood.
3, 4 you got 3, 4, 2, 4. Yeah, you will get all the co-authors. Like whoever has co-authored with them, you will get those numbers.
Ma'am, can you please show the matrix what you have just shown?
Yeah, matrix.
No, in the question. No.
This?
No, that 0 to n and the 0 to m. Yeah, here. When we really start talking about HK, because we can understand the keys in the rows and the authors in the columns, where does a H and K really fits in?
H and K are just iterators. They are not fixing at anything. No, they are just iterating. We are iterating over the list of this or this list. You are iterating for each and every book. Yeah, they are not. You are not. You can't fix those things. They are iterators. H and K. Iterators are just to iterate your listing. Okay, we'll move to this now. Which of the following combination of the entries in matrix and matrix 2 is possible for two different orders I and J? Matrix and matrix 2. What does our matrix look like? Like how many books they have co-authored, right? Matrix. If there is edge from I to like number of books co-authored by IJ, then matrix IJ is 2, then I and J has co-authored 2 books. And matrix 2 is like list of authors. Okay, which of the following combination of entries are possible? Okay, if matrix of ij is 0, then if I and J has not co-authored a book, then matrix 2 of ij will be an empty list only, right?
No, yes, ma'am. This is correct.
Yeah, matrix ij equal to 0 and matrix ij not equal to, no, this is not possible, right? If matrix ij is 0, then matrix 2 of ji matrix 2 of ij must be an empty list because I and j has not co-authored at all. Then it must be an empty list, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If matrix ij is greater than 0, that means matrix Ij has coordinate more than a book and matrix Ij equal to empty list. This also can be possible if the like 0, 2, 3 cannot may not be there. Only 0 and 2 can be there. In that case, matrix Ij will be 1 and matrix 2 of Ij will be an empty only, right? In that case, so this is also a possible case. You are getting this? Is it clear? This third
Yes, ma'am.
option.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
matrix Ij is greater than 0 and matrix 2 of Ij is not equal to empty. So this is also possible because yeah, if there is 2, they're telling what all are possible combinations. You need to tell whether this is possible or not. If there is 2 here, if matrix Ij is 2, then like if there is 0, 2, 3 as we have seen, then matrix Ij will be like 0 has coordinate like with one time only, right? 0, 2, 3 has coordinate like 0 has coordinate with the 0 and 2 has coordinate book 0 one time only, 0 to 3 in this first case, but 3 is also there. So yeah, our matrix 2 of Ij will be 3 and matrix Ij will be 1. So that is also possible case. Only this is not possible. If this is 0, then this must be an empty list. For others, is it okay? Or yeah, anyone is not responding. I don't know why.
Yes, ma'am, it's fine.
Yes, ma'am. Just okay.
Okay, this yeah, other like you, if you ask some doubt, I will tell. If not, then should I explain this eighth question or should I move to ninth question?
Yes, ma'am. Please explain, ma'am.
Eighth question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, consider matrices, matrix and matrix 2 constructed in the previous question. Find author of matrix finds an author who has maximum number of co-authors. Okay, choose the correct implementation to find the procedure. Find author. It is a multiple select question. Okay, you want find author procedure finds the author who has maximum number of co-authors. So matrix of Ij, then what does it will store some value, no? It will represent like I and j has co-authored. If there is 3, then I and j has co-authored 3 times. That's it, no? But in matrix 2 of Ij, then there will be list of co-authors along with list of co-authors with co-authors who have co-authored with both I and j will be there. So find who has maximum number of co-authors you should find. Okay. Procedure find order of m max is set to 0 and a is okay 0. For each I in rows of m, sum is in this pseudo. For each j in columns of m, if matrix if m of ij greater than 0, sum equal to sum plus 1. If sum is greater than 0, so that means what you are doing here for each order, like for 0th order, for 0 orders, for first order, second order, so on. For each order you are keeping one sum value. For each j, that is for each j in columns of m means you are checking with every other order here. And for that, so if it is greater than 0, then you are incrementing by 1. So yeah, actually here what is the input here? Matrix only, no? This matrix Ij is input only, right?
Yes,
That
ma'am. That means it's matrix. The thing.
that's one.
The number of books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
If there is some co-authored book.
Okay, we'll take 1, 2, 3 for simplicity. 0 is difficult to pronounce always. 1, 2, 3. Okay, if 1 and 1, it will be 0. 1 to 2, let's take 4, 0. 1 2 to 1, I took 4, no? Yeah, we'll take this case. Some elements also I should keep. 3 to 2, I'm telling is 3. Then 2 to 3 must be also 3. Then 0. Yeah. First option, find out max and a are simply variables. You are setting them to 0 for each I in rows of m. That is, you are iterating through these rows. And for each this order, first order, you are setting sum to 0. And for each j in columns of m, you are iterating through this. And if m of ij greater than 0, sum equal to sum plus 1. That is, if there is edge, if there is some number, then you are incrementing this. So sum will be 1 for first one. For second one, for second order also. You are moving to next one now. Sum will be 0. But now here sum will be 2, because you have seen 2 has co-authored book with 1 and he also has co-authored with 3. So matrix Ij, the 2 to 1 also will be greater than 0, 2 1 will be greater than 0, and 2 3 will be greater than 0. So sum will be incremented twice. So sum will be 2. And for third order, sum is 0 and sum is incremented, sum will be incremented only once. Yeah. Okay, for this sum, you are still here only here till you are at first row, and you have checked the sum till here, and now you are checking if sum greater than max, then max equal to sum, and a equal to I. So max will be 1 after this, and a is 1, because I is also 1. First order only you are checking 1 1 1 1 1 2 1 3. So a is I. And in the second iteration, sum is 2 and our max is 1. So this is completed. So you will check whether 2 is greater than max. Yes, 2 is greater than max. So max equal to sum. So max will be 2 this time. So you will get now the correct answer. So this first option is correct. So you are returning A. Find order. So it will find the order. A is order, right? A is the number, this number which you are storing, order number. So yeah, first option is correct. Is anything is not clear for anyone, please tell regarding this option. Is it clear or not?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
For others?
Ma'am, indentation, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
What?
The indentation, the braces.
What? Indentation?
Ma'am, indentation.
Okay, indentation. Acha. See. Okay, you took first row, this first row, and you are iterating all the columns for each j in columns. Okay, that has finished. So you will come out of this loop. This for loop is finishing here, and you are still in this inner for loop only, because this is in the same indentation level. No, this for and this if. So after finishing this for, you should execute this if, and yeah, this if is finished. So you are coming out here, because see, this for is ending here. So till then you should iterate all the things, you should execute all the things. So for each order I, you will iterate through each and every column. So for first order, you will iterate through 1 2 3 columns, and you will check the sum value. So you will calculate the sum value. So you will come out of this loop, this inner loop, but still you are in this outer loop only, because see, what are the check the indentation. No, this see this for loop is ending here and this inner for loop is ending here. So after completing this, you should check whether sum is greater than max. If sum is greater than max, you should update max and a. Then you are coming out, then your I is incremented. You will go to 2 and you will do for 2, you will check each and every column and you will calculate the sum. For each sum, you will check the sum and max and you will update the max.
What is this A equal to I, ma'am?
What is your I here? I is number. This row number. Row number is some order.
Okay.
So you are updating A to I. So now you are checking matrix Ij greater than 0. So when matrix Ij will be greater than 0, if matrix I and J has
There is an
co-order
edge.
there is edge from I to J. That means if I and J has co-ordered some books. If I and J, if 1 and 2 has co-ordered, then there will be edge. If 1 and 3 has co-ordered, then there will be edge from 1 to 3 also. Then sum will be 2 now in that case.
Yeah, so sum one, so the first iteration we take sum equals 0, and there is an edge when we 1 and 2 is there, sum is equal to sum plus 1, that is 0 plus 1. And because sum is greater than max, so 1 is greater than max, then you assign the value max will store the value of sum. Or sum will store the value of max, is it?
Yeah, max is storing the value of sum.
Okay.
Left, you need to left thing you should keep in right this.
Max, okay.
Yeah.
So this
I will be stored in A. So I is author name. So first author you are checking with other.
So that is the author's name. I is the author. Okay.
Author number given to the,
yeah. So one will be stored. Then how we go to the next 2?
So this inner thing, this inside all the statements inside this for loop inside this is finished. So you will move to next iterator. No, rows of M will be now moved to 2. Now I will be 2, right? Now for 2 also you will check all these things and you will check whether sum is greater than max. Yeah, if sum is greater than max, you will update max and sum and also A. Okay, if that has finished, everything has finished, then you will move to 3. For 3 also, you will check with each and every column and you will update sum. You will update sum. If sum is greater than max, you will. So for each author, you are setting sum. Sum is some temporary variable for each and every author. So you will check. If it is greater than max only, then only you are updating max. And if this is satisfied, then only you are updating author also. That's why it's okay.
Okay.
So A is storing the number of author who have co-authored.
Yeah, number of authors. Yeah, finding the author like who has co-authored like more books, right? Because you are checking whether he has co-authored more books than previous author. Then only you are updating. You know. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in this, the option which is wrong here.
Option.
What is
which option is
this one?
This one,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
here
Ma'am.
the thing is, yeah, tell.
Ma'am, what is this added here?
See, MJI, that is like previously how our matrix Mij will look like. Matrix Mij will look, see, if 1 and 2, if author 1 and 2 has co-authored 4 books, then matrix is my this word is in word document is visible.
Visible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if 1 and 2 has co-authored 4 books, then 1 2 will be like 4. There will be 4. Okay, but the thing is, what is in the question, like the author who has co-authored with maximum number of authors. So even if he has co-authored with the author, second author like 10 times, but if the third author, even if the value is 10 here, but if the third author has co-authored with all 1 2 3 authors, like all this, like even 2 times or 1 time, then third, see, this won't happen. So then let's take 2, but 3 will be in the place of A will be 3, not 1. because here first order has co-ordered with second order only, but he has co-ordered 10 times, but he has co-ordered with only one order, second order, first and second only. And second only, first order has co-ordered with second order, but third order has co-ordered with first and second order. That is like he has co-ordered with maximum number of orders, but here he has co-ordered with only two. One has co-ordered with only second order, but third order has co-ordered with first order and second order. So he, who has co-ordered more with more number of orders? Third order, right? So you should store, you should increment only one when if mij if is greater than 0. If you are adding that number to mij, then you are then you are checking how many times each and every order has co-ordered. No, you like if 1 and 2 are co-ordered 10 times, if you are adding that 10, that should not be the case, right? You should count how many, with how many number of orders one has co-ordered. You should not check how many times he has co-ordered with the other order. You should check with how many number of orders he has co-ordered.
It is looking for different number of authors.
Yeah, different number of orders. Here you are simply adding that mij. That is, you are telling like 1 and 2 has co-ordered 10 times.
And here this m of ji will return the integer value only. No?
Yeah, integer value only, like how many times, if 1 and 2 has first order and second order has co-ordered 10 times, then matrix m of ij will be, m of 1 2 will be 10
Thank
times.
you.
Yeah, you got that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, the value of I, it can go maximum up to 3 according to that.
According to my pseudocode.
Yes.
Here, this 1 2 3, it can go maximum only 2, because see 3 and 3 anyhow they can't co-order. One one can co-order with 2 and 3, but he can't co-order with 1. So maximum he can co-order with only 2 orders, right? If there are n orders, an order can co-order with n minus 1 orders.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, now.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I ask from one question from the mock from yesterday?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, in that, I think it is
Timing
question
5.
number 9.
Sorry, wait. Just me change. Okay, supplement mock and quizzes. No, which mock this? Under which mock it is present? Mock for quiz 3, right? Yeah, which question? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
before that,
It
this
is question number 9.
yeah, in the 6 1 sec. G is always acyclic means what, ma'am? It is not a cycle. Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, right.
Yeah, okay.
Question number 9. Yeah, this one, like what I know that the last option is correct. I know that, but the first option, is it because because of the possibility of having more than one topper? Is that the reason why?
Actually, I should go to the question. Where is this matrix?
Yes.
This one, no?
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Please explain this question also, ma'am. What is that S stands for? Couldn't understand that.
Okay. Let n be the number of rows in the scores table. Okay, 0 to 29. An adjacency matrix M is constructed to represent the graph using the following pseudocode. Okay, M is a matrix n by n for each I in rows of M for each. Okay, for each element of your matrix is an empty list till here. L is a list, chemistry, mathematics, and physics, while table 1, it is a nested thing. Okay. For each subject in L, you are iterating through each and every subject. If X dot subject is greater than Y dot subject. So here you are iterating nested, no? So then, okay, we'll take 1 to 30 rows. So 1 will be checked with all the other 29 rows. Like 1 will be compared with 2, 1 will be checked with 3, 1 will be checked with 4. Like each student will be checked, compared with each and every student. If X dot subject is greater than Y dot subject, for each subject in L, that is, you are checking first chemistry. So if you will check chemistry first. If the first student chemistry marks is greater than second student chemistry marks, then first student chemistry marks must be greater than second student chemistry marks. Then there will be edge from that first to second stating that subject. If it is less, then by if that means if Y student X dot subject less than Y dot subject, that means Y has scored more marks, right, than X here.
Yes.
Yeah, that means then you will write from Y to X, then there will be the subject. Okay, move all the rows. Yeah,
What is
I will
the
show this matrix once for those people, for others.
Yes, ma'am.
and what does that plus subject mean?
You are appending that just a subject, chemistry, physics, that whatever is there in your list, that is for each subject in L you are writing, no, you are doing no. Subject will be like chemistry in the first iteration. Next, what is there in your list, that will be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, M will be like there are 29 students, 1 2 3.
So-
We'll take
Ma'am,
Yeah.
it's not visible, ma'am. Your board is not visible.
Yes, ma'am. It's not visible. Okay.
So there is 1 2 3 also here. Yeah, so you are checking 1 will be an empty list, because yeah, one cannot score more or one cannot score less. If one has scored greater than 2 in chemistry, then there will be chemistry. I will write CH here.
Yeah.
Okay. If if Y has scored, yeah, first chemistry has finished. Okay, for one you are checking with all others, 1 2 3. You have checked for chemistry marks, chemistry has finished. Now you will move to the second thing. Second thing is mathematics. You will check mathematics. If 2 has scored greater than 1 in maths, then there will be edge from 2 to 1
2 to 1. Okay.
max here. Okay, similarly you will check physics. You will do this thing for all, like 1 will be checked with 1 2 and 3, not 1, because you are moving table to X to table 2, no? So 1 will be checked with only 2 3, 2 will be checked only with 3.
So this 1 2 3 are the sequence numbers, and
Yeah.
in that we store the subject, whoever has got the higher marks, depending on the edge, which direction it takes. Whoever has taken got
Yes,
the
yeah,
more marks. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we'll solve this also. For each pair of vertices ij with I not equal to j, choose the correct statement about mij. Okay, you need to choose a correct statement mij. Mij is a list of subjects in which high scores more than j.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
It's a list of subject. If one has scored greater than one has scored more marks than second in chemistry and maths, then there will be chemistry and maths in that place, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So if it is M of 1 2, then 1 would have got more marks. If it is M of 3 1, then 3 would have
3
got
would have got more marks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. this one. Mij is the number of subjects. It's not number, it's name of that subject only, you know, list of subjects. Mij is a list of subjects in which I scores less. No, I has scored more marks. Mij is the number of subject, not number. Okay. Which of the following indicates that student I has scored maximum marks in subject S? So how can you say that I has scored maximum marks in subject S? Now you want to say I has scored maximum marks in subject S, then there should be chemistry also here. If chemistry is the subject, then like chemistry should appear in all this list except this IA, you know, this I must not be equal to J case.
And one seems more convincing.
Sorry, what? Yeah, sorry, I haven't heard. What is?
Ma'am, option 1 would be the correct answer, no?
Yeah, S appears in Mij for every J. Yes, we'll see other option. S appears in MJI, not MJI. No, it should appear in Mij only because I has scored maximum marks.
Ma'am, I can't understand what is this. S appears in M of I.
S is subject, the subject name, that chemistry or this thing.
Okay.
This thing.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that appears in M for every J. Okay, in every column of J.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I has scored, if one has scored maximum marks,
Okay.
then there will be like in everywhere, no? Chemistry will be in everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
S does not appear in Mij for any J. No, right? It should appear in all this. It will appear in all our things. S does not appear in MJI for any J.
That is
So
also
that
correct.
is also,
That is also
yeah,
correct.
yeah. So, yeah, if, okay.
Ma'am, can you scroll a bit?
Wait, this is also incorrect, right?
That
So
is
if,
incorrect because
yeah,
it should appear, no, ma'am. If J
no,
has
no,
got
No, it is JI, right?
Yeah, but I has scored. Okay, okay, correct. Because
S
the
does
question
not
says
yeah, let me wait. S does not appear in MJI for any J.
Yeah, that means
S
S
does
Ma'am,
will
it
not
should not, it should not appear because that would mean that
the
that
ith
subject is
column.
scored lower.
Yeah, S will not be there in the ith column for any J.
I should score more marks.
I should
Then
score marks. So the
yeah,
last option
I
is
should
not correct.
score maximum marks. Then all these things should have this thing, but S does not appear in MJI for any J. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, that will be correct, no? Because if JI, if S is there in JI, that means J has scored more than I in S, right?
Yeah, we'll take one only. Then MJI is like 1 1 in the first case. MJI is also like 1 2 only, right? In that case also.
No,
Ma'am,
but
ma'am,
if you are
MJI
taking
would be
1
2-1,
as
right?
I, if you are
MJI
taking
would
1
be
as I, then MJI would be 2-1 and 3-1.
Yeah, MJ will be 2 1.
2-1.
Yeah, I has scored more. I should be this, and MJ will be 2. Okay, now we'll take this.
But 2-1 will appear when
1
like
1 only. 2 1. 2 from 2 to 1. There will be empty list only. From 2 to 3 is also an empty list only. 4 also there will be empty list only. Yeah. Yeah,
That,
this seems, yeah,
if
fourth
that is
option
correct,
seems more correct than first option, right? Because yeah, S appears for every J, it won't happen. No, for first J, I not equal to J also should mention. But if this is the case, S does not appear in MJI for any J. That's it.
yeah,
That looks.
but the first one will also be correct, right?
No,
Right.
first one won't be correct because see here 1 1 you will 1 1 won't be compared at all. It will be an empty list only, right?
Yeah, when we say IJ, that we
See,
are not
for
actually
every
looking
J,
at
no, for see IJ, which of the following statements indicate the student I has scored maximum marks? So for any J means J can be I also, like 1 1 1 2
yeah.
1 3 1 1 in this case it is not this thing, no. Yeah, but this is S does not appear in MJ for any J. Means everything is empty. This is more correct, right? Here, this one list,
Okay.
one
If we
element is
include that,
empty.
okay. If we include the 1 1 also, yeah. Okay, in that case, yes. Yes, ma'am. I was kind of confused about it. Like I knew the last one was correct, but I was confused why the first one was marked as wrong. So that's why I just felt like asking.
Yeah, actually, I don't know what is the answer. I was thinking like
The
first option
answer,
is
the
correct, but
suggested,
you are answer, you are talking about this fourth option, I thought.
yeah. The suggested answer is the last option. The
Okay,
fourth one.
yeah, yeah, fourth option is correct, no,
The
because
first one will not be correct, ma'am.
yeah, first one is not correct because see 1 1 is there, no, so in that case 1 1 will be empty.
Okay.
As S appears in Mij for every J. It's
Okay,
not
fine.
right for
Not
yeah
every
for,
J, correct. For any J
correct.
would have been fine. Okay.
Ma'am, when you say MJI, we don't look at the column first and then access the row from there.
And see, because here I is fixed, no, that's which of the following indicates that the student has scored maximum marks. That is, you will fix I, and you are checking now MIJI.
Okay.
I is fixed, I is 1, then MJI is like other elements. MJI will be like this 2 1.
So let me
Is
ask you, M32 will be accessed how? You will not
M32.
go from column 3 and then look at 2.
That's
Column
No,
3.
the
iteration,
thing is
right?
like that is not this is not the thing. But here they have mentioned like student I has scored max. So how will you check whether one student has scored maximum marks? You will compare one first student with every other student, right? Here also the thing is like here they are mentioning which of the following statements are true. If I has scored maximum marks, that I value is fixed here. Here I is like, let's take here 1, I is fixed. So now you are checking MJI is like J can be changing like 1 2 3 4 so on, but I is 1 only. You will check 1 1, M of 1 1, M of 2 2, M of 1 1, what 2 1, M of 3 1, so on, M of 31. But the thing here I is fixed. That's why, because see, now you want to check one student has that student I has scored maximum marks. How will you check? You will compare first student marks with every other student marks. Same here, you are telling if I has scored maximum marks, how will you check? You will check this thing only, no. So here you should, here the thing is like he told high in the question that I has scored maximum marks. That means I is some fixed student. So by keeping I fixed, you should check this. You should read these sentences, you know.
So, but still it is not clear how will MJI be accessed. Say like now 3 is fixed, right?
See here J and I are just numbers. Okay, I is some fixed number. So J can go from 1 to 30 because there are 30 students, 1 to 30, but I is some fixed number.
Say okay, let me take an example. Say M43. How will you access it? If in case of MJI and MIJ both. On the matrix, how will we be accessing?
See, you will access in the same way. Like, okay, we'll see first option and second option, then it will be clear for you. S appears in Mij for every J. So here this is a see, S up, I must have scored maximum marks. That means there should be like this chemistry everywhere. Here what it has mentioned like S appears in Mij for every J. So the subject must be there for every J. So if let's take this I as 1, then you will fix this I, then Mij will be this only, 1 1 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, so
1,
on.
3,
You
and
will,
so on.
yeah,
Yes.
you will check that. So in the second option also, S appears in MJI for every J.
So what are we fixing here now?
You are fixing I as 1. Now I is 1 only. This
Okay.
I as 1. Instead of I, you are taking 1 there. So now J will be 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. That thing. You just keep I as fixed. So here also in the first option, I took 1 only. Instead of I am taking 1 only. So I'm checking 1 with 1, 1 with 2, and 1 with 3. In the second option, I is fixed. I will be 1 only here. And J is like 1, 2, 3. J is changing, but I is fixed. You do in that way. You are accessing the correct element only.
But when you say for every J, we are saying for every column, right?
For every J, here in the first option, for every J is
Is
column.
every column.
And in the second option, every J is row.
Every row, yes, okay.
For some reason, like I didn't think that the 1 1 thing, because they were different numbers. Like since it is IJ, I don't know,
Understood,
somehow
understood.
didn't think of it.
Yeah, but now it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay.
And
Ma'am, in
question 9
solution,
from
there is
assignment
some
8.
different explanation given for this question.
In which what thing?
Ma'am,
Solution.
Yes, ma'am, for ninth question, there is some different explanation given in the solution.
Okay, what they have mentioned in solution.
They mentioned if two students had same highest marks in the subject test, then they will not appear in M of I and J for every J.
Okay, but that if two students have scored same
that is
marks,
Same
also
highest marks.
that is
okay,
also
if
valid.
the
Yes.
yeah, okay, if two students have scored the same highest marks, if I and J are scoring the same highest marks, yeah, then they won't appear, right?
Yes, ma'am. But in the last option, there will be an empty list for that.
I'll check the solution here.
The last option is not every, it is only any. So 0 also it is okay.
Okay, your doubt is if two students have scored the same highest marks, then there won't be any chemistry thing, no? But that list will be empty only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that list will be empty only for both the thing. But the thing you need to determine is, you need to check is whether I has scored the maximum marks. It doesn't mean like there should not be any other topper.
So that means like A has two contradiction. One itself will be empty, and then highest scorers will have empty. So A has two contradiction and D has no contradiction because it allows the empty to be part because it is a negative statement.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, you have any other revision sessions also for this, for quiz 3?
No, ma'am, today is the last.
No, man.
Today is last for CTF.
If we have tomorrow, we'll be happy.
Ma'am,
Tomorrow.
also, can I?
Yeah.
Ma'am, the 10th question, right?
Ma'am, can we go to the 9th question of that assignment which we were doing? I've been actually waiting for it.
Like before.
Of assignment 8, that 9th question.
Yeah. Okay. Assignment 8, no?
Yeah, 9th question.
There is some mistake in this question or what? In the some yeah, this I think you have got marks, no, in this question. 9th question.
I'm
In
just showing
assignment 8, we cannot see anything.
No, there is 0 points. No, this question actually there is
Yeah,
some
yes,
mistake in
it
this.
is 0 score. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
this you got no marks. Like this question is there is some mistake in this question.
And your screen is not visible.
Which question, ma'am?
Which question is it now?
Okay, I will
And
show.
graded 8 question 9.
Ah, yes. So I've been waiting for that. I cannot understand.
Yeah, there is mistake in that question. Okay.
What is the
Actually,
mistake?
that question is not considered for evaluation. See, there is 0 points here. You can find here.
But I don't understand how I got the answer. What was the answer? Like, it was coming as how if there exist 3 customers who have visited exactly one shop in common among them. How can that be the thing? That is showing the correct
See,
answer.
there is a mistake in this question. Actually, this question is like there is lot of mistake in this question.
There's a lot of mistakes. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
This
Ma'am, can we
that's why
finish
this.
that mock question, ma'am? Or this one? In this we can finish all the questions, ma'am. I think we're almost through.
Yeah, this also 1 and 2, both 9 and 10 are this what are need to be re-evaluated. Like
Okay.
there is mistake. 8th question is finished. No, that's finished.
Yes.
Right assignment is finished.
Can we do the 10th question of mock?
Yeah.
Like, I have a doubt, like why it says that we can find the student who has scored the maximum total marks.
We cannot know. That's the answer. No, we cannot find the
Choose
marks.
whether the given statements are true or false. Okay, we can find a student who has scored the maximum total marks. We can find a student. Yeah, we can find a student, right? I or J, you can, that is a student, right?
We can find the student, but not the marks.
Marks, yeah. For
No,
each,
the question is asking if we can find a student, right?
yeah, we can find. Now we have found a student. If there is empty for any IJ, then that means I has scored more marks, right?
Yeah, but the answer is false.
Wait, maximum total marks? No, it's total.
No,
it's
it
not
is
subject.
asking. Yeah.
It's not subject. No, it's total, right?
So
Yeah, previously it is S. You are so if he has scored maximum marks in any of the subject, that list will be that's there won't be anything in that. See here in that question, it has mentioned as subject here. You are checking for a subject there, but here total marks you can't find, right? Maximum total marks you can't get. Here the entire thing
no,
is you
because
know
we
only
don't. Okay.
about
We don't
subjects.
exactly know the marks. So
Yeah. Not see you.
I
Yeah.
mean, in the graph, the marks are not exactly visible.
Yeah,
If
you
it's-
can get greater than as a relative term from I to J, but you can't say that is the maximum. No.
See, not that. See, if I has scored, if I has scored total maximum total marks, but he might not be topper in the like all the 3 subjects, right? So any other student can be topper in one or in any of 2 of the subjects. In that case,
I
your
was Yeah, I was thinking like if we look
If
at
he is the topper in all the three subjects, then we can say no, ma'am.
Yeah, if he is topper in the all subject, then you can get maximum total marks. But that is not the case. No,
I
maximum
was
total.
I was thinking like if we take for example one column I, one row I, and if we look at the I with the maximum number of elements, if you look at the row with the maximum number of elements, that will mean that the student will have the maximum total marks, right?
See the thing. So okay, if he has scored 100 in mathematics and physics, but he might score 70 in chemistry, right?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm saying. So, for example, each element is so if we have Mij, the matrix. So each cell Mij is a list of the marks, if list of the subjects in which I has scored more than J, right?
Okay.
Okay. That means that if we look at the ith row, and if we look at the ith row for which the length of each list, if we add up the length of each list, then the row which has the maximum length, the total length, that will be the student who has scored the maximum total marks, right? That is what I thought. So, like, that is the way I kind of comprehended it.
Yeah, but that's not the case, right?
No, like, I still don't understand how that.
Sorry, actually, see, if someone is a topper, you don't know, right? He the list whether the list contain chemistry, mathematics, physics, all, or whether the list contain, whether the list may not contain all, even any of the subject also, right? In others with the other student, because he might have scored 99, 99, 99 in all the subject, but he might not be the topper. So you can't
Yeah,
say
man, but
anything with those. Yeah.
still, if there is someone who has scored more than him, that means that his total count will be more than this person's, right? That
See,
is,
if there is someone, see someone, okay, the thing is like one can score 100 in one subject and some lesser marks in other subject. He might be excellent in mathematics, but he might do average performance other subject. In that case, he might be topper in one subject or two subject, but he might be an average student in other subject. But the topper can be like, he can perform like better, like not the best, not the top marks. He can he might not get top marks, but he can get some what good marks. No, he might have
okay. Like,
performed well in all the subject.
even if he is topper, if the marks of the topper is okay, I think I get it. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so
Ma'am, I
like,
have
if the top mark of each subject, if it is different, for example, if we take 2 by 2, if you take a 2 by 2 matrix, if one has scored 90 and that is the top in one subject, and the other has scored 70, then that is the top. So yeah, okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, I have a small question. When we say matrix Mij or Mji, whichever it is, the first position always is the row and the second position always
Yes,
is the
yeah,
column, right?
yes,
It's never
yeah,
interchanged, right?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, for each I and j in rows of m, length of mij equal to length of mji. It can see,
That cannot be. No?
that is not true, right? Because if I has scored greater, then j must, there won't be anything, length won't be same, the thing. Okay.
Ma'am, it is not equal because in case they have scored high marks,
See,
there is also
if I has scored greater marks than j in all subject, then mij length will be like what?
zero.
From, yeah, but mji will be, ji length will be 3, no?
Yes.
Yeah, so length won't be same all the times, right?
Yes. The next one for all ij.
Ma'am, I had two small doubts. Could I ask them now?
Yeah.
So for a directed graph, directed means that it's only one way.
Yeah, from I to J. If I has scored greater marks than J, then if you are drawing edge, then like there will be edge from I to J, but there won't be any edge from J to I. That is directed graph. If I has scored greater than J, if I'm telling, then only if I'm drawing edge from I to J, then it is a directed graph. That is, you are drawing edge from I to J. Yeah.
So if it is I to J and back from J to I, will it be directed?
If what is see, if there is edge from J to I also, then if there is edge from, if some condition is satisfied, if there is edge from both the things, like, okay, if I say if I and J has scored the same marks, then if I'm drawing edge from I to J and also drawing edge from J to I, then it will be an undirected graph.
Oh, okay. And ma'am, when we were discussing this earlier, so
See, if this condition also, if the two students are from same city, then if you are drawing edge between the two students, then in that case it is an which type of graph?
directed.
Then it will be undirected. No, see, you will check if let's take 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are from same city, then there
Wait,
will be edge from 2 to 3, and there will be edge from 3 to 2 also, right? Because they are 3 and 2 are also from same city. Then
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Ma'am, another thing, can I just confirm this for distinct? Is it 0 and 1 and 0 are different?
No, it's not different. I also like just realized that they are distant only. 0 and 0, 0 and 0 are same pair, but 0 and 1 are 1 and 0 are different pair. Yeah.
0, 1 and 1 and 0 are
1 and 0 are
different.
different. Yeah, different pairs, distinct pairs. 0 and
It
1
is a
is,
directed one, ma'am.
yes. Yeah.
So, ma'am, you're saying that 0 and 0 are same.
Yeah, 0 and 0 are same only, 0 to 0. It's a cycle.
Okay.
It's a, yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah, G is undirected graph or its director? It's directed only, right?
Directed.
Yeah. For each ijk, rows of M in subject S, if S is both in Mij and Mjk, then S must be in Mik. So if I and J, if there is some subject S, that is I has scored more than J, and J also has scored, yeah, then there will be Ik also.
True.
True.
It
Yeah.
is transitive.
Yeah.
Yes, Bharat. Yes, sir. So, ma'am, in the recursive, like if we don't include the plus sign, like for example, we will go back to like the increment in values, right? So when we are doing a recursive function,
So okay, if you are
like let's say we have a recursive call and some procedure, and in that procedure we are putting the recursive call as the return of I plus return I plus then the procedure name of I minus 1.
yeah.
So only in that case will we add up those values, right? Like if we don't have that I plus that
Yeah,
recursive
then
call,
you won't add up.
we will just look at
Backtrack.
the value of the the base case, so that whatever comes up in that case,
Yes.
we will just
Yes.
add that to
Yes.
the
Yeah.
form that you can. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there was one question, or that the last question or something. I think it is like that. the recursive method.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was
Thank
nice.
you.
Ma'am, did you? I think we had one doubt about DFS and DFS earlier. Like,
That graph thing, huh?
yeah. So we had a doubt about the direction of the DFS, right? And how the DFS will be executed.
Yeah, that's what little confusion because we don't know like whether alphabetical order should be. Yeah, that will be clarified. Okay, a discussion forum or discuss people are posting no that message. Yeah, that will be get clarified. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I think like they just said that they will clarify it. I don't know if they have actually because I have not seen it yet. So I just wanted to like make sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, can you explain, is it quickly explain that one hop problems?
One hop.
Yeah, it's in the seventh graded assignment. Question number is 22.
In the same graded assignment, you have this collaborator authors, which is very confusing.
Okay, if many people has doubt, then I wait. If you want the session to be continued, wait. I will just will talk with one of the team member and I will just
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Which thing? Which question?
22nd, he said, ma'am.
22nd.
The hop question.
Okay, assume that there are stations in the train's data set indexed from 0 to n minus 1. Consider the graph with stations as nodes. There is an edge from station I to station J if and only if there is a direct train from I to J. The graph is represented by matrix direct such that direct of ij equal to 1. Okay, if there is an edge from I to J, if there is an edge from I to J and 0, otherwise assume that the direct has already been computed. What? Station J is station J is reachable from I if we can find non-empty sequences of trains that take a passenger from I to J. Okay, station J is reachable. Yes, station J is reachable from station I if we can find a non-empty sequences of trains that take. Okay, that means like you can take n number of n minus 1 number of trains if n is a station. Then in the other words, J is reachable from I if there is non-empty sequences of edges from I to J in the graph. The following pseudocode computes the matrix B of identical dimensions as direct such that B of ij is 1 if and only if J is reachable from I, all other entries are 0. Okay, n is length of keys of direct. Create a matrix. Okay, for each r in rows and for each column in rows, P of r. Okay, now see, direct matrix is already computed. Direct see, if you can reach from station I to J, then there will be edge from I to J, otherwise it will be 0. Okay, the thing is like matrix, this matrix B, if in the matrix B it must be something. If I is reachable from, if I is reachable, if there is edge from I to K and if there is also edge from K to J, then you should, then matrix Ij should what? Then there should be edge from that what I to K also according to this question. So J is reachable the station. This is one more hopping question only, like kind of hopping question only, which is explained in the lectures. Station J is reachable from I if we can find non-empty sequences of trains that take a passenger from I to J. That means if there is like continuous connection like from I to K and K to H and something like that, H to J, then you can say there will be edge from, like you can reach from station I to J.
Ma'am, the doubt is in the code, the third nested iteration is a little bit confusing, like the columns and the rows. So can you explain this? As in,
Okay.
in this, yeah.
Okay, you have hops while hops is less than n minus 1, b equal to one more hop of b, hop
Yeah,
equal to hop plus 1.
yeah.
So you are checking whether hops are less than n minus 1.
Ma'am, my doubt is in the procedure. Like there is
Rows. So yeah, you are checking
groups
the
are there.
rows of b and also columns of b. So
Yeah.
rows are and columns are just station numbers.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now
And
see, the thing is like you need to connect I and J. I told right earlier, I and J,
yes,
you need to check, whether there is edge from I to K or K to H or something like that. So for that you need some intermediate station to check
yes, yes.
that thing. So you are taking that another this thing, another what, another for loop. So for
Okay.
each K in columns of B, that is you are taking some other what. Now you are checking I and J. You need to check other intermediate stations also. For that only you are taking this. Okay, there should be edge from, if there is edge from R to K, and also there is from edge from K to C, then you are telling there will be edge from B R to C, and you are connecting R to C. That's it. Okay. If R and C is already connected, then you no need to check that intermediate station. If R and C are not connected, if I and J are not connected directly, then only you should check intermediate stations. No, for that purpose only you are using this third iteration. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yeah, now is it okay? Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
yeah, Jayanti has asking some doubt now.
Yes, ma'am. Previous to this is collab, all the authors, there is a list of things.
Yes, ma'am. I have a same doubt in question 21, right?
In this also have a few doubts after this. Yes, after this. Yeah, this ancestor, ma'am.
This is ancestor question. Okay.
This one also I have a doubt, ma'am.
For a pair of attendees I, J, other than the host, we say I is ancestor of J if their messages are identical and I has accepted the invitation before the J. Note that the invitation sent out by the host is a unique test message. Assume that the matrix A that represents the graph has already been computed. Is ancestor is a procedure that accepts the matrix A and two attendees I and J other than host as input with I not equal to J, and returns true if I is ancestor of J and false otherwise. Select the correct code fragment. Okay. So yeah, procedure is ancestor of A comma IJ. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Jayanti, you can tell your doubt now. Where is your
Yes.
doubt?
See, according to the original question, you have 4 as the host, number 4 as the host, and he has two invitees, 0 and yeah, this is the one, ma'am. So we excluding 4, that is the host, we take 3, 2, 1. So 3 and 2 are the ancestors of 1. This is how I assumed.
Yeah, 3 and 2 are ancestors of 1 and 0 is ancestor 5. 0 is ancestor of 5. See, we'll check. Wait. We say I is ancestor of J if their messages are identical and I has accepted the invitation before J. Okay, then
Here the 3
IJ,
has accepted it before 2.
yeah, 3 has accepted before 2 and 2 has accepted before 1.
For 1,
So
yes.
2 is ancestor of 1 and 3 is ancestor of 2.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, whether 3 is ancestor of 1, it's if their messages are identical. Yeah, both 3
Yeah, here the
and
messages will be identical because yeah, it is unique and identical for that tree, I mean that branch.
And I has accepted invitation before J. It's just before J, or yeah, it can accept, like here 2 is there in between 3 and 1. Whether 3 is, yeah, we'll look that while going through the pseudocode.
Here
Okay.
I couldn't understand the code. I understood the logic there, but how to relate to the code, like this flag, I am not able to understand.
Okay. A procedure is ancestor. You are checking whether it is what I is to identify I other than host turns true if I is ancestor of J. So I must be ancestor of J, then this procedure should return true. So this is returning false here. Okay. Flag is initially true. While flag, okay, you are checking while flag is false. You are setting flag to false again. For each C in columns of A, that is everything will be there, no 0 1 2 3 4 5, everything whatever nodes are there here,
That is
those
on the
entire, yeah,
so that is 4 3 2 1.
yeah, 4 3 2, every other things will be there. Okay. For each J in columns of this, K is I. Initially our K is I. What you are taking, whatever the thing you need to check, you are taking as K. Okay. If there is an edge from K to J, then you can say that K is ancestor of J, right? If there is no, yeah, if there is no edge from what? this I to J, if there is no edge from I to C. See, now, yeah, now I is our what? Our actual I. And C is like you need to find J, right? You need to check whether there is connection from I to J. For that, what you are doing is like you are taking the columns, you are iterating through the columns, like you are iterating through 0, 1, 2, 3, each and every node of your graph, and you are checking whether K and C are connected. If K and C are connected, you will check whether K is J, whether C is J. If C is J, then you can simply return true, right? That means you can say that I is ancestor of J, right?
So here they have assigned the value of I to K and J to C. Is it right?
No, they are not assigned J to C. You are see I is something fixed. Okay. Now you are
Okay.
checking each and every node of your graph. You are
Okay.
checking whether there is edge from I to other node. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. That means you are checking whether, if let's take, if our I is something, if our I is 3, you will first check whether there is edge from 3 to 0. No, there is no
No.
edge.
Okay.
Okay, you will check whether there is edge from 3 to 1. No, no
No
direct
edge.
edge.
Okay.
Okay, you will check whether there is edge from 3 to 2.
Yes.
There is edge. And yeah, there is edge. And you will check whether that C, whatever C we got, is same as our J. Like J, you need to check whether I is ancestor of J. No.
Yes.
So whether this C is J or not, you will check.
Okay.
Yeah, if they both are same, if C and J are same, then like I is ancestor of J only, no, you have direct connection from I to J. That is I
Okay.
is ancestor of J, and you will return false, and you will stop. That's it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, in this question, like we are initially we are checking this edge between I and J. So initially we are assuming it is true, and
Initially,
we are
no. See, initially, just in order to enter into this while loop, you are setting this flag to true.
okay. With the
Yeah.
procedure, we are checking this I and J have the edge or not. We are checking with the
You should,
procedure.
yeah, you should check whether there is some direct connection. See whether that's what I see. If I k say equal to 1, okay. See, here
Ma'am,
the thing is, wait. The thing
okay.
is here 3 and 2, 3 previously 1. See, 2, 3 and 2 are ancestors of 1. So you need to check what are ancestors of your, if you need to check your ancestors of 1. No, here I is fixed. No, I is ancestor. No, something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It returns true if I is ancestor of J. So like, so it should return true if for 3, and for 2 also it should return true, right? If we fix J as 1, for 3 and 2 also you should return true. Correct?
No, ma'am, what is the logic behind once we are entering into the loop, we are updating the flag as a false. It's initially true, and after
Yeah.
that it is
See,
false, like
yeah,
logic.
you are making this flag is set to true initially because you need to enter in this while loop. So you are checking whether there is edge from,
Okay.
yeah, in order, after that you will check whether there is edge from I to some other node. Yeah, if there is an edge, then if it is what, if it is your J or not, you will check. If this C is J, C, you will check whether there is A of IC equal to 1 or not, you will check. You will check each and every node with your I. Okay, if there is an edge, then you will check whether that C is J. If that C is J, then no problem. Then you will just come out of the loop saying that I is I is the ancestor of J, and flag will be set to true because I is ancestor. If that is not the case, if there is no direct connection from I to what, I to J, like previously you have we have checked intermediate thing. No, now
Yes.
3 to 2 also you will check. See now
Yes.
3 and 1, 3 is ancestor of 1 also, and 2 is
Yes.
also ancestor of 1. Now
Yes.
you will check whether 3 to 1 there is connection and also 2 to 1 there is connection. Yeah,
Yes.
then you can say 3 is ancestor of 1 also, that thing. See, so see this answer, no? If AKC equal to 1, that is you are checking each and every node with I, K is I. If I to C is 1, okay, if that C is your J, that means IJ, this is IJ, this will become IJ, no? Then you are returning true. If not, you are making your K as C, that means your I will become C, because you, that is some intermediate 3 to 2. Now you got connection from edge from 3 to 2. Now your 2 is fixed, and now you will check whether there is connection from 2 to 1. If there is connection from 2 to 1, then you can say 3 to 1 is also there is connection, and you can say that 3 is ancestor of 1. Okay.
This flag part I can't understand, ma'am. That is what you say. First one, AKC is
See, okay.
A31 equals 1.
Okay, you will, okay, I will 3 now will say K is 3.
Okay.
K is I is our 3. Okay,
Okay.
3 to 2, yeah, there is connection. You will,
yes,
yeah, 1. But your J is 1. So C is not equal to J.
okay,
right?
okay, correct.
So now you are making K equal to C. Now K will become 2 and flag equal to true. Why you are setting here flag to true? In order to enter this while loop again.
Okay.
Yeah, flag is true. You are making now flag is true here. Now this exit loop you are telling, so that you will come out of this for loop. Then this
Okay.
while loop will check for flag condition, whether flag is true or not, you will check. Now you have set your flag to true. Yes, flag is true. Now you have, now you are iterating through each and everything. So now you will check whether there is connection from 2 to 0. No. Now you will check whether there is connection from 2 to 1. Yes, there is connection from 2 to 1. Now now J, now that whatever C is your J, right? Now 1 is
Yes.
the thing you want. So it is satisfied. You will simply return.
True. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
This here you are setting this flag to true again, because this is some intermediate thing. Now
Okay.
you, in order to continue that
In
while
order to
loop, you need to,
continue the loop, to go back to the inside the loop, we have to do this.
yes, yes, yeah.
Ma'am, this authors collab, there is previous questions in this graded assignment, ma'am. Because there are a lot of questions based on that.
Which graded assignment?
Before this, and this one, all these are based on this. This AWAR, and I'm not able to get the logic of the question.
See, these are just simple only, no? If you do week 6, week 5, week 6, it's easy. See, what is collab? Okay. Other one is first, that is same as your whatever.
Yeah,
thing
this
you have
one
seen.
is, yes.
Yeah. Then you are drawing edge. Then you are connecting, like if 0 and 2.
Yeah, whenever
first
these
and
two,
say, yeah.
they
If first
collab, you
order
get
and
this, yeah.
number, how many times they have collaborated? Okay.
Yes.
Number of times they have collaborated.
Yes.
A var equal to 0, B var is an empty list. For each R rows in R, you are iterating of the orders, and if you are checking whether that value is greater than A var, then A var equal to collab of RC. Then you are updating, and B var is a list. So who will, okay, now what is the correct option of A var? It's simple maximum minimum kind of thing. No, you are checking whether which two authors have collaborated more number of times. See, if R and you will check collab of RC is some number.
Okay.
Correct? Yeah.
Okay.
So see, it will keep on updating. If 0 and first and second order has come,
If A and B authors have collaborated more than one book or two books, then whatever is the maximum number of books they have collaborated together, that will be the answer.
Not the maximum. See, now you have like 1 and 2 and 1 and 3. If 1 and 2 orders have co-ordered 2 times, but if 1 and 3 orders have co-ordered 10 times, then our A var will be 10 times. 10 number will be
So
10.
whoever have collaborated more number of times.
That number will be there. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the difference between A var and B var? So
B var
because
is
that
a
was-
list. B var is that other names. Now I told 1 and 3. No, 1 and 3 will be stored in that list. That other numbers.
And this collab RC of A var will give you number of times they have
They have
collaborated.
collaborated. Yeah.
Okay. So what are the different? Actually, all the questions look very, very similar. And from the question, how we have to find the answer, because we are able to find the logic basically, but very, very slight difference from one question to another we have.
Yeah. See, okay. We'll see first option. Maximum number of collaborators among all others. Maximum number of collaborators among all others. That means like in like if okay, if first order has co-ordered with the second and third order, that means he has co-ordered with 2 orders. But if first order has co-ordered with what with only if second order has co-ordered with only first order, then see, if first order has collaborated with 2 and 3 orders, but if second order has only collaborated with 1 order, then maximum number of collaborators among all others is like, so now 2 is the maximum, right? Now 1 has collaborated with 2 and 3, but here 2 has collaborated only with 1. Here maximum is 2, like maximum collaborators in our case among all others is 2, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this answer separately it makes, but from this code, how to relate to those answers?
Yeah, that's what. Go option by option and check whether it fits
Okay.
or not.
Okay, ma'am.
This is like all these things, all these questions, these are somewhere you have seen already these codes.
Yes, all these are, but with these
Familiar
very,
only.
very, yeah, very minor differences are there between one code to another code. See, now
Yeah.
this one is very clear because it is a list and we append that, so we know what it is, the previous one.
Yeah, the thing is like, yeah, I know like options will be, obviously they are very confusing only, correct? Yeah,
Yeah.
options, especially for this question, it's confusing
Very
only.
and A var and B var actually they say the same thing, but one is giving the number and the other is giving the
list.
Yes. Okay, ma'am, I'll go through this again, the solution they have given and try to understand.
Yeah, because I like it is like difficult to explain also, like
Yeah, yes. No,
because
I will
normal.
go through the each and every line of the code because only there the difference is given.
Yeah, okay, all the best for your what
Thanks.
Three.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, go through like what are the concepts are there here? Graphs.
So
Graphs
the
only,
focus
no?
will be mostly on 7, 8, and 9, ma'am, or
Yeah, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. Focus will be more, but already like obviously other concepts will be covered, no? Yeah.
Okay.
Graphs will be there, and also adjacency matrix, like you will connect each and every node, you will indicate by 1 0 that thing. If you know that thing, if you can represent that thing, then you can solve those questions.
Yeah, graph
Yeah.
and matrix we are able to relate, but now to connect it with the code, for that we need more practice.
Yeah.
Ma'am, we can also do matrices in the next year dictionary way, right? In that way,
Yeah,
we
you can also do that. In that way also you can do.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, and DFS recursion. Yeah, DFS recursion.
It's very tough to guess the base case of recursion.
No, base case is like first thing which is given in your in your code, that will be the base case. No, okay, if something is, if list is empty, then you will return something. That is your base case is you should iterate till your list will become empty. You should Yeah, that will be the base case. No, first thing which you see in the pseudocode without calling anything, like return the same procedure will happen. No, that is not the base case, but return something, return some value will be given, return 1, return 0, return list something, that will be your base case.
Can the
condition-
base case should not call the procedure. It should
Yeah, the
give the
base-
value.
yeah, base case should give something back, but it should not call again and again.
Okay, ma'am.
In week 12, they've given all the tutorials. It's very helpful, ma'am.
Yeah, week 12 actually it's revision.
Yeah, in
kind of
that
thing.
they have given all
But
the.
I think yeah, it's very helpful. But this 12.3 and 12.4, just basic things are there, no?
Yes, at least we can go through that. After studying, it will be easy to scan through that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All the best for your exams.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, we'll close the session.
Thank you,
Thanks
ma'am.
all for joining.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.